Chapter 11-12. Zhao Yun pursed her lips and refused with a smile, "Thank you for your kindness, but my husband likes to stay in the countryside. He is not used to the life outside." When the county official heard this, he seemed a little disappointed. The corners of his mouth twitched as he nodded and said, "Since that's the case, this official will naturally not force Miss Yun. If Miss Yun's husband is willing to come, let me know when the time comes and I will arrange it." Zhao Yun nodded and thanked the county deputy at the same time. After all, he meant well. After the meal, Zhao Yun left the county official's mansion and returned to Shuilan village. As soon as he returned, something big happened. There were many onlookers standing in front of old Zhao's house. Zhao Yun saw what was going on when she squeezed in. It turned out that young Master Meng really came. He was sitting in old Zhao's yard, drinking water leisurely and waiting. The faces of the Zhao family's people were all dark and gloomy. They were frowning and their expressions were very ugly. Their faces were full of worry. Looking at these people's reaction, it was obvious that something big had happened. Seeing Zhao Yun, Liang Jinxiao immediately greeted her. He pulled Zhao Yun and whispered in Zhao Yun's ear, "Yun, young Master Meng really came. He asked for 30 taels of silver from your grandmother. Since you couldn't give him the milk, young Master Meng refused to leave. He said that he would leave when you give him the milk. He said that he would give you 4 hours to give him the milk. If you still couldn't give him the milk, he would arrest your grandmother and send her to the yamen." Zhao Yun didn't show much emotion on her face. She was mentally prepared whether young Master Meng would come or not. Anyway, it was none of her business. He didn't need to worry about it. So after Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Yun talked, Zhao Yun replied indifferently, "So be it. What does this have to do with me?" Zhao Yun's voice was neither loud nor soft, but old Zhao's family members all heard it. Li Chuiying jumped out and instigated, "Yuner, why are you so cruel? No matter what, she's still your biological grandmother. If he were to be arrested and sent to the yamen, he would probably lose his life by the time he comes out." Because of Zhao Yun's interference, Zhao Yun's good marriage was ruined. Li Chuiying had been holding a grudge against her. She took every opportunity to scold and plot against Zhao Yun. This time was no exception. She jumped out and said angrily. Zhao Yun only felt that it was ridiculous. "Second aunt, what are you saying? Those who don't know would think that I did something wrong. It's none of my business whether they're arrested or not. It was my grandmother who took young Master Meng's things, not me. It's not like I'm the one asking her for it. Also, it's someone else, not me, who wants to arrest my grandmother and send her to the yamen. How did it become me being cruel?" Zhao Yun curled her lips and smiled at Li Chuiying. "If second aunt isn't cruel and is so filial to my grandmother, why don't old aunt take my grandmother's place and enter the yamen? When the time comes, you can take my grandmother's place and suffer in her place. That's what a filial daughter-in-law should be." Li Chuiying's expression changed when she heard Zhao Yun's words. She hurriedly said, "What are you talking about? How can you take her place like this? The person they want to arrest is your grandmother. I can't take her place just because I want to." Zhao Yun snorted softly. A coward was a coward, and a hypocrite was a hypocrite. What was the point of saying so much? It wasn't as if others couldn't tell. Chapter 11-13. Who says second brother's daughter-in-law can't be replaced? Previously, when a man from the neighboring village hurt someone, his daughter-in-law took his place and went to prison to suffer. Hu Chunhua grumbled. In fact, she had taken Zhao Yun's words to heart. She was originally worried about what to do. At her age, she didn't want to go to jail. If that happened, she might even lose her life. If Li Chuiying took her place and went to prison, then Li Chuiying would be the one to suffer. It would have nothing to do with her. It would be fine as long as she did not go to prison. Li Chuiying was still young and could suffer more than her. It would not be a big deal to let Li Chuiying stay in prison for a while. Feng Zhangxia could not help but laugh when she heard this. She felt a little smug. She felt relieved to see Li Chuiying being bullied. She even added, "That's right, second sister-in-law. At our mother's age, she can't bear the suffering. As her daughter-in-law, we should share the burden. You are the most filial daughter-in-law in our family. If it weren't for the fact that I have to take care of Yang Yang and Yang Yang is still young and can't leave me, I would be willing to go to prison in place of our mother." Feng Zhangxia said with a smug smile and a scheming look on her face. Li Chuiying was furious when she heard this. Her eldest sister-in-law was not a good person. She only knew how to scheme against her. She said angrily to Feng Zhangxia, "Eldest sister-in-law, it's easy for you to say that. Why can't you do it? Don't I have to take care of Tianyu too? Besides, there is still third brother's wife and fourth brother's wife." Feng Zhangxia retorted, "Second sister-in-law, we are different. Yang Yang is younger than Tianyu. Besides, Tianlong has to pass the imperial examinations and come back. As his mother, I can't be absent when he comes back, right? Third sister-in-law has separated from the family. With Yun around, you can give it a try. As for fourth sister-in-law, she is now cooking in the mountains. If she goes to prison in place of our mother, we will lose a lot of money in a year. It will be a huge loss for our family. So, only you, second sister-in-law, are the most suitable. It's best if you go." With this analysis, Feng Zhangxia pushed all the blame away from herself and the other daughters-in-law in old Zhao's family. Zhao Yuner listened from the side and couldn't help but sigh. Her eldest aunt was much more shrewd than her second aunt. Li Chuiying was mad, but he couldn't argue with Feng Zhangxia. Who asked Feng Zhangxia to speak so clearly and logically that it sounded very reasonable. However, she didn't want to be so unlucky as to push things that others didn't want to do onto her. After entering prison, how could she be so lucky? Not to mention Hu Chunhua, she might not be able to come back alive. Originally, it had nothing to do with her. What right did she have to suffer like this? At the same time, she might even lose her life. Hu Chunfang listened to Feng Zhangxia. She even agreed, "That's right. Filial daughters-in-law will take her mother-in-law's place. If second brother's daughter-in-law is filial, then take my place to suffer. You are the most suitable person in the family." Li Chuiying said to Hu Chunfang with a bitter face, "Mother, it's not that I don't want to take your place. We have a better way." Hu Chunhua asked in confusion, "What way?" "Second brother's daughter-in-law, tell me. What other way do we have now?" Chapter 11:14. Last Xiao Yun wants to borrow it. Hu Chunhua raised her eyebrows and asked. Li Chuiying hurriedly nodded and said, "Yes, mother. I want to borrow from Yun. Last Yun has so much silver in her hands. Can't she lend some?" Hu Chunhua was silent for a moment, then looked at Zhao Yun. If she could lend it to young Master Meng, then that would be the best way. However, would Zhao Yun lend it to her? After all, Zhao Yun was very stingy. Under normal circumstances, she wouldn't be willing to take out the silver. Zhao Yun saw that Li Chuiying and Hu Chunhua's gazes had landed on her. She tugged at the corners of her mouth and felt that it was a little ridiculous. They actually had ideas about her. She was afraid that if she lent 30 taels of silver to old Zhao's family, she wouldn't be able to get it back after lending it out. Zhao Yun sneered and said, "Second aunt, it's easy for you to say. I'm not as rich as you say. It's already not easy to set up a stall every day to support our family and build a house. 30 taels of silver. Even if I were to steal or rob, I wouldn't be able to take out so much silver." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, the villagers who were watching from the side started to discuss it. 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. How can she take it out just like that? That's right. Even if she could lend it out, who knows when she would be able to return it to that lass. She really knows how to ask for an exorbitant price. She doesn't even think about how difficult it is for others. Lasyun is now living by herself with the entire third branch. She also built such a big house. I think she has spent most of her money. She definitely doesn't have 30 taels of silver in savings. Who would borrow 30 taels of silver from someone all of a sudden? It's said that even blood-related brothers should settle accounts clearly. Why should she lend them such a large sum of money? Listening to the discussions around them, old Zhao's family felt a little embarrassed. Most of them were on Zhao Yun'er's side. Therefore, if Zhao Yun'er did not lend it to them, the people in the village would not say anything. Hu Chunhua herself felt that it was impossible. No matter how rich she was, she would not lend so much money to others. Li Chuiying panicked when he heard that. Others might think nothing of it, but she was not. She didn't want to go to jail instead of Hu Chunfang. Yun'er, little girl, if you don't have money, does that mean that I don't have enough money? You can ask Shi Ziyi to lend it to our old Zhao family. Li Chuiying eagerly said to Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er felt that it was ridiculous. Once this person became thick-skinned, it was really too scary. She really had the nerve to say anything. Zhao Yun'er chuckled and said to Li Chuiying, second aunt, Shi Ziyi is Shi Ziyi, and I am me. He won't give me the money. If you want to borrow it, you can ask Shi Ziyi yourself. If he's willing to lend it to you, I won't say anything. Li Chuiying pursed her lips when she heard that. She was in despair. She would borrow from Shi Ziyi. It would be strange if he lent it to her. She had the nerve to ask Zhao Yun'er, but if she asked Shi Ziyi, she probably wouldn't even dare to fart, let alone borrow money. Li Chuiying became even more anxious when she thought of this. What should she do? She really didn't want to go to jail instead of Hu Chunhua. His brows were tightly knitted together, thinking about what he should do. Chapter 11:15. Li Chuiying's words were very obvious. She meant that young Master Meng was looking for someone to get even with. He should be looking for Hu Chunhua, not her. She didn't want to be the scapegoat. As long as young Master Meng targeted Hu Chunhua, nothing would happen to her. Although she would offend Hu Chunhua and be scolded by Hu Chunhua, Li Chuiying knew very well that compared to being beaten and scolded by Hu Chunhua, her life was more important. If Hu Chunhua was tortured to death in prison, even if she was released in the future, there would be no way to get even with her. Young Master Meng looked at Li Chuiying with a smile on his face. He had been watching this scene and felt that it was very interesting. Seeing Li Chuiying's pale face, young Master Meng felt that it was even more interesting. Without waiting for young Master Meng to speak, Hu Chunhua pointed at Li Chuiying and scolded her. Good, second brother's wife, you just don't want to go in my place, right? You unfilial thing, do you still need to nag in front of young Master Meng? I'll beat you to death, you slut. As she spoke, Hu Chunhua took off her shoes and hit Li Chuiying with them. As she hit her, she scolded angrily, our old Zhao family raised an ingrate, marrying a daughter-in-law like you. Later, I'll ask my old man to divorce you. Li Chuiying was hit by Hu Chunhua until she cried out in pain. Mother, what are you doing? Don't hit me. It's not like what I said is unreasonable. This has nothing to do with me in the first place. It was little sister who insisted on not making clothes with it. If little sister didn't insist on keeping the satin, our family would have to pay 30 taels of silver, right? If it were up to me, little sister should be the scapegoat. Why did it have to be me? Also, I call him old Zhao, but he's been working like a cow and a horse for more than 10 years. If I really can't take your place and get divorced, then I'd rather be divorced. That way, at least I can keep my life. If I go to jail, I might even lose my life. Mother, I'm not that stupid. Whoever wants to do it can do it, but I'm not doing it. Li Chuiying said angrily. If it was any other day, she wouldn't have dared to say these words. This time, she was forced into a corner. When Hu Chunhua heard this, she was so angry that smoke was about to come out of her nostrils. What a good second daughter-in-law. You've really turned the world upside down. Now, you even dragged your little sister into this. After whipping the Sauls, Hua Chuanfang's claws scratched and twisted Li Chuiying's body. She wanted to kill Li Chuiying. "Ah, Mom, stop hitting me!" Li Chuiying screamed. However, Hua Chunhua didn't seem to have any intention of stopping. Instead, she hit even harder. Li Chuiying couldn't stand it anymore. "Ah, she's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. My mother is crazy. She's going to kill me. Someone, come and help me, or I'll die." After Li Chuiying shouted, she looked in the direction of Zhao Wenshui. "Tianyu's father, don't just stand there. Come and help me, or I'll really be beaten to death by your mother. You won't have a wife then." After all, Li Chuiying was Zhao Wenshui's wife. When Zhao Jing saw Li Chuiying being beaten, she hurriedly pushed Zhao Wenshui and said, "Dad, go and help Mom, or she'll really be beaten to death by Grandma." Zhao Wenshui looked at Li Chuiying and then at Hua Chunfang. After sighing, he walked towards the two women and separated them. Chapter 11:16. Zhao Wenshui stood in front of Hua Chunhua and said. Hua Chunhua glared at Zhao Wenshui and asked Zhao Wenshui angrily, "Wenshui, are you protecting this unfilial woman?" Zhao Wenshui sighed and said to Hua Chunfang, "Mother, you really can't blame Tianyu's mother for this. She shouldn't be the scapegoat in the first place. Tianyu's mother is right. This is all because of little sister. Therefore, little sister should stand up and take responsibility for what happened today. As her brother and sister-in-law, how can we take responsibility for what she has done?" Zhao Xinhui was Hua Chunhua's sweetheart. Naturally, Hua Chunhua couldn't bear to see Zhao Xinhui suffer. Even if this matter was indeed caused by Zhao Xinhui, she didn't want Zhao Xinhui to be implicated. Liang Jinxiao couldn't stand it anymore and couldn't help but interject, "That's right, Mother. This matter was caused by little sister. It's really too much to let second sister-in-law go to jail." Li Chuiying looked at Liang Jinxiao gratefully. She didn't expect that at this moment, the first person to speak up for her would be her third sister-in-law. Li Chuiying thought about the things she had done and said on a daily basis and suddenly felt a little guilty. The surrounding villagers began to gossip curiously. What on earth was going on? After a round of discussion, they finally figured out that it was because of Zhao Xinhui that someone came to their door today and asked for dozens of taels of silver. If that's really the case, Zhao Xinhui should be arrested and put in jail. How can she pretend to be the daughter-in-law of the second branch? Sigh, isn't it because Aunt Zhao treasures her daughters so much? That's not right. Her own daughter is a daughter, but other people's daughter isn't a daughter. Why should the daughter-in-law suffer in place of the daughter? It doesn't make sense. That's right. You can't be so biased. If this daughter-in-law of the second branch is injured in jail or tortured half to death, I can't help but feel sorry for old Zhao's family. This is the first time I've seen such a strange thing in my life. If it were me, I'd probably die of anger. That's right. Sigh, there's all kinds of things when the forest is big. This aunt isn't a kind person. How dare she say that her daughter-in-law is unfilial? The people around began to talk about Hua Chuanfang's faults. Li Chuiying felt much better. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Now that these people were gossiping, Hua Chunhua wouldn't dare to go too far. Of courses, of s's. This seconds, what a. Now that everyone had to go to jail in place of her, there was only one choice left. That was to let Zhao Xinhui take her place. But how could Hua Chunhua bear to do that when she thought of her precious daughter? She would rather suffer than let Zhao Xinhui suffer. Zhao Baoshan, who had been silent all this while, finally spoke up. Hua Chunhua didn't care about his reputation, but he did. If he didn't handle this matter well, how could he face the villagers in the future? Chapter 11:17. Zhao Baoshan felt that Hua Chunhua had spoiled Zhao Xinhui too much. If not for the fact that Hua Chunhua had been too dependent on Zhao Xinhui's character in the past, she would not have kept that piece of satin and would not have come knocking on their door to ask for it back. Arresting Zhao Xinhui now was the most reasonable thing to do. No one had the obligation to take the blame for what Zhao Xinhui had done. Hu Chunhua was stunned when she heard this. She hurriedly said to Zhao Baoshan, Hui-er's father, how can you do this? Hui-er is still young. How can she endure such hardship? How can you be so heartless? No, no. If you really want to arrest her, then look for me. I was the one who agreed to let Hui-er keep that piece of satin. It's all my fault. Hu Chunhua continued to defend Hui-er. The surrounding villagers secretly shook their heads when they heard this. This Hu Chunhua was really interesting. Most people spoiled their sons, but he was the only one who spoiled his daughter. Now, he was willing to endure such hardship for Zhao Xinhui. It was no wonder that Zhao Xinhui had been spoiled to this extent. Look at Zhao Xinhui. She did not have any conscience at all. She was clearly the one who had done it, but now she felt that it had nothing to do with her and let it go. She was even hiding in the house and did not come out. Zhao Baoshan said coldly, it's because you spoiled her that this happened to our family today. You can replace her once today, but when the time comes, that girl will turn the sky upside down and continue to do such things. When that time comes, I'd like to see who can replace her. Zhao Baoshan felt that it would be good if Zhao Xinhui went to jail and suffered. After suffering, she would naturally restrain herself when she came back. Old man. Hui-er is a piece of flesh that fell from my body after all. How can you do this? Don't talk nonsense with me. Hurry up and call that girl out. Boss, you go and call her. Zhao Baoshan instructed Zhao Wenshi. Zhao Wenshi quickly nodded. Okay, father, I'll go now. Okay. Zhao Wenshi ran to Zhao Xinhui's room and shouted at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui originally did not want to come out, but Zhao Wenshi dragged her out forcefully. Hui, little girl, hurry up and go out. Otherwise, father will come in and teach you a lesson. Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and walked out of her room unwillingly. She stood in the courtyard of old Zhao's house and faced the crowd. When Zhao Xinhui came out, she was still wearing clothes made from young Master Meng's satin. She was dressed very fancily. If one looked at it, it would be very beautiful. This old Zhao's youngest daughter is quite good-looking. Clothes make the man. Buddha makes the gold. It's all about dressing up. I think she looks seductive. Normal good girls don't look like this. That's true. Good girls are all honest. They won't dress up as gaudy as her. The main thing is that she dresses up well. It's useless to be gaudy. She's already so old, but she's still staying at home and not getting married. Ha, isn't that so? The clothes she's wearing are probably made of that silk. TSK, TSK, TSK. Great, now he's here to ask for it. For a set of beautiful clothes, she has to go to jail. Ha, that's right. If you ask me, she deserves it. Sigh. Chapter 11:18. Translator, Henyi Translations Editor, Henyi Translations. In terms of appearance, she was even prettier than Zhao Yun'er. In addition, her face was tender and her facial features were delicate and pretty. She was much prettier than the women he usually saw. A plan suddenly sprouted in his mind. Zhao Xinhui walked out unhappily and complained to Zhao Baoshan, Father, you can just say what you want to say. Why did you ask me to come out? Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui as if he expected better from her. You little girl, do you still have a shred of conscience? Zhao Xinhui felt that it was a little strange. Father, I didn't do anything. How can you call me a heartless person? Father, if you don't like me, just tell me directly. Don't be so picky. I feel bad when I hear it. Zhao Baoshan was really annoyed by Zhao Xinhui. He hated Zhao Xinhui's attitude the most. He scolded Zhao Xinhui angrily. You little girl, is it wrong to say that you're heartless? If it weren't for you, they wouldn't have come to us to ask for the money. Your mother is about to be arrested and sent to the government office. You, on the other hand, are hiding in the house. You don't even stick your head out to take a look. Zhao Xinhui argued. Father, what are you talking about? Mother hasn't been arrested yet. Besides, I didn't know that today's incident would happen. If I knew, I wouldn't have asked Mother to stay. Seeing Zhao Xinhui still quibbling and shifting the blame, Zhao Baoshan couldn't stand it anymore. This girl was simply too much. He originally thought that he should ask the villagers to raise some money and return the money to Lord Meng. In this way, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to suffer in prison. Now it seemed that it was completely unnecessary. He would rather care about an outsider than his own daughter. Some people were just heartless, and it was useless to be nice to them. Therefore, Zhao Baoshan said coldly to Lord Meng, Lord Meng, the person who left your money is my youngest daughter. Now that she can't pay the money, you can do whatever you want with her. If you want to put her in prison, go ahead. After Zhao Baoshan said that, the people in the yard had different reactions. Li Chuiying breathed a long sigh of relief. Since Zhao Baoshan asked Zhao Xinhui to go to prison, he would be fine. The people in the courtyard felt that Zhao Baoshan was doing the right thing. After all, Zhao Xinhui couldn't cause trouble on her own. There was no need for others to be responsible for her actions. Otherwise, it would be unfair to others. Old Zhao. Exactly. If she is as unreasonable as Mrs. Zhao, the other members of old Zhao's family can only be scapegoats. Now there will be a good show. These people were all gossiping about the outcome of this matter. In their opinion, Zhao Baoshan and Lord Meng's words meant to put righteousness before family. Hua Chunhua was anxious when she heard that. She yelled at Zhao Baoshan, "Old man, how can you do this? Hui is our biological daughter. How can you be so cruel and let your own daughter suffer?" Chapter 11:19. After Zhao Baoshan berated her, Hua Chunhua was so frightened that she quickly shut her mouth. Seeing Zhao Baoshan like this, it looked like he was really angry. If she said anything else now, it would definitely provoke Zhao Baoshan. Especially when Zhao Baoshan said that he would divorce her later. She was already so old. If she was really divorced, she probably wouldn't even have a place to stay. Moreover, it would be embarrassing if she was divorced at such an old age. How would her maternal family be willing to accept her? She would only be bullied when the time came. Old man. Is Hui really going to be punished by others? This girl can't take hardships. Hua Chunhua muttered with heartache, but she didn't make a fuss. She looked at her daughter again. She usually doted on her. How could she bear to let her suffer any grievances? Zhao Baoshan snorted softly and said, "What else can we do? What else do you think we should do? If you have the ability, go get me 30 taels of silver." Hua Chuanfang's face was bitter. Not to mention 30 taels of silver, it would be good enough if he could take out 3 taels of silver. Old man, when Zhao Xinhui heard this, she was instantly frightened. Her face was pale with fright. She said to Zhao Baoshan, "Father, how can you do this? I'm your biological daughter. Do you have the heart to let me suffer in prison?" Zhao Baoshan snorted softly, "You're already an adult. Naturally, you have to take responsibility for your own actions. Otherwise, who do you expect to take the blame for you?" "Father." Zhao Xinhui was so frightened that she cried, "Father, I don't want to go to prison. Otherwise, I'll definitely lose my life. Father." When Zhao Baoshan saw Zhao Xinhui's aggrieved look, he felt a slight heartache. But in the end, he hardened his heart and replied to Zhao Xinhui, "It's not that father doesn't want to help you. There's really no other way at the moment. If you tell me, why don't you go and beg young Master Meng? If he is magnanimous enough to let you go, then you won't have to suffer." After Zhao Baoshan finished speaking, Zhao Xinhui looked at young Master Meng. She didn't want to go to jail. Therefore, he ran to young Master Meng and pleaded, "Young Master Meng, please spare me. As long as you don't send me to the yamen, I will do anything you want me to do." Young Master Meng stared at Zhao Xinhui's face in a wretched manner, and a scheming smile appeared on his face. She said gently to Zhao Xinhui, "As long as I don't arrest you, you can do anything you want." Zhao Xinhui hurriedly nodded. Yes, young Master Meng. Of course, as long as I don't enter the yamen, I'm willing to do anything. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, young Master Meng was very satisfied. He smiled at Zhao Xinhui and said, "Since Miss has said so, I won't deny you this opportunity, young Master Meng. If you have any requests, please tell me." Zhao Xinhui wasn't a fool. She hurriedly said after hearing young Master Meng's words. Young Master Meng looked at Zhao Xinhui with great satisfaction. This woman was quite clever, and he liked her very much. Young Master Meng smiled. "Actually, it's not that. Whatever I want you to see, you might think it's a good thing." Young Master Meng smiled wretchedly and continued, "I just want Miss to come to my residence and be my concubine. Not only will you not have to return the 30 taels of silver, but you will also be my concubine. I guarantee that you will be able to eat and drink well every day." Chapter 11:20. I was wondering what he wanted Zhao Xinhui to do. It turns out that he wants her to be a concubine in his residence. Judging from this young master's attire, his identity must be extraordinary. He must be from a rich family, right? If that's the case, if Zhao Xinhui becomes his concubine, won't she benefit from it? Isn't that so? This lass is old and can't get married. Why would a good man want a woman like her? Otherwise, she wouldn't have stayed in old Zhao's residence. This means that this lass is still blessed. That's right. Ordinary people like her would hope to marry into a rich family, but they won't be able to see it. Today, however, she was chosen by a rich man. There were people who were envious, and naturally, there were also people who were jealous and felt that it wasn't good. You can't say that. Rich people are rich, but what's the use of that? I don't think Zhao Xinhui will have a good life after marrying over. Isn't that so? Rich people's waters are very deep. I think they will play with her for a few days. When they get tired of her, they will naturally not want to play with her anymore. When that time comes, they will send this lass back. When that time comes, she won't be a virgin anymore. It will probably be even more difficult for her to find a husband. While the people in the courtyard were discussing, a person suddenly rushed over and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Aunt, you can't marry over." This person was none other than Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan specially came over with Xiao Ping this afternoon. He wanted to freeload off Xiao Yun's food. After all, the food at his house was too disgusting and difficult to swallow. When Qin Yuan rushed over, everyone's gaze fell on Qin Yuan. Xiao Ping followed Qin Yuan pitifully. When Qin Yuan saw that Zhao Xinhui was in trouble, his heart ached terribly. Compared to Qin Yuan's attitude towards her, Xiao Ping's heart ached terribly. It was all her aunt's fault for seducing him. Not only did she look like a vixen, but she also dressed like a vixen all day long, attracting bees and butterflies. Was she afraid that she couldn't attract men's interest? Qin Yuan stood in front of Zhao Xinhui and grabbed Zhao Xinhui's hand and said anxiously. He still wanted to be together with Zhao Xinhui. When he was rich and successful in the future, he would divorce Xiao Ping and marry Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui were to marry someone else as a concubine, then he would have no chance at all. He was unwilling. Now that he was talking about Zhao Xinhui every day, his heart was full of her. After Zhao Xinhui's s. She frowned in disgust. Really, he actually held her hand in front of so many people. Wasn't he just asking for a scolding? She didn't know what kind of nasty words would be spread later. Sure enough, Zhao Xinhui's worry was right. The surrounding villagers chattered. What's going on? Who knows? Isn't he Ping's man? Someone recognized him. Yeah, he's Ping's man. Then why did she come up to hold Zhao Xinhui's hand? Who knows? Could it be that there's something between the two of them that can't be revealed? Maybe, it looks like it. Even if he's Ping Er's man, calling Zhao Xinhui aunt is a little too much. That's right. After all, there's a difference between men and women. Don't they know how to avoid it? Chapter 1121. If it's incest, then it's a big deal. Our village has never seen such a thing before. TSK, TSK, TSK. How interesting. If you ask me, this old Zhao's family is really full of all kinds of weird things. All kinds of weird things happen from his family. If you didn't mention it, I wouldn't have thought so. Now that you mention it, I realize that it's true. In our village, old Zhao's family is the most lively. Things come one after another. He's so busy that he can't even cope with it. Let's just wait and see what's going on. After the gossiping crowd finished, they started to see what was going to happen. Zhao Ping squeezed into the crowd and followed behind Qin Yuan. When she saw Qin Yuan actually holding Zhao Xinhui's hand, she looked at Zhao Xinhui with jealousy. She didn't know if Qin Yuan had a problem with his eyes. Of all the people he could fancy, he just had to fancy Zhao Xinhui, this slut. Just thinking about it made Zhao Ping feel stifled. Zhao Xinhui heard the discussions around him and hurriedly shook off Qin Yuan's hand. There was nothing between him and Qin Yuan in the first place. He definitely didn't want to be the scapegoat. What are you doing? Get lost. Don't touch me. You don't even know what your status is. What right do you have to touch me? Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with disgust and said to Qin Yuan. Auntie. A trace of disappointment flashed across Qin Yuan's eyes. Big brother Yuan, why are you talking to my auntie about this? Whether my auntie marries or not has nothing to do with you. Zhao Ping also went up to Qin Yuan and complained to Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan glared at Zhao Ping. This stupid woman. Why didn't she shut up? What was she doing in front of him? Big brother Yuan. Zhao Ping pouted her lips, feeling wronged. What she said was the truth. So what if her auntie didn't marry? Could it be that her big brother Yuan thought of Zhao Xinhui? Even if Qin Yuan had such a plan, it was impossible. He had already married her. Besides, Zhao Xinhui had high standards. He would definitely look down on Qin Yuan. Therefore, Qin Yuan's coveting of Zhao Xinhui was just wishful thinking. Qin Yuan ignored Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Xinhui, Aunt, this is a trap. Don't jump into it. How can it be so good to be someone's concubine? He might not treat you well. Zhao Xinhui glanced at Qin Yuan and replied unhappily, It's my business. Don't meddle in it. It's easy for you to say, but if you have the ability, then help me take out the 30 taels of silver. Don't spout nonsense if you don't have the ability. After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, Qin Yuan opened his mouth, not knowing how to answer. If you can't take it out, then why are you still making a fuss? Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with some disdain. At this moment, Hua Chunhua walked over and said to Zhao Xinhui, Actually, I think that you can consider what young Master Meng said. Hua Chunhua's eyes flashed with a trace of calculation. Actually, when young Master Meng said those words, Hua Chunhua was very happy in her heart. She thought that young Master Meng had given Zhao Yun a lot of things back then, which meant that young Master Meng's family was really well-to-do. If Zhao Xinhui married over, even if she was just a concubine, her life would probably be very good. Thinking about it this way, it was pretty good. Many people wished for it but couldn't. Chapter 1122. In addition, she felt that compared to Zhao Jing, who was only 16 or 17 years old and looked pretty good, she should marry someone better than Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui was satisfied with young Master Zhang's qualifications, so young Master Meng's qualifications should make her even more satisfied. After all, Zhao Xinhui was old and was an old lady. She was not as popular as other young girls. Mother. Hearing Hua Chunhua's words, Zhao Xinhui pouted and muttered to Hua Chunhua. She wasn't willing to do that. After all, young Master Meng's appearance was too shabby. She thought that the person she would marry in the future should be someone like Mu Yanfeng. He was rich and powerful, and he was especially handsome. Only a man like that was worthy of her. As for someone like young Master Meng, wouldn't being with him be like sticking a fresh flower on top of cow dung? Of course, she was the fresh flower, while young Master Meng was the cow dung. Seeing Zhao Xinhui looking at him, young Master Meng gave Zhao Xinhui a wretched smile, revealing a row of big yellow teeth, which made Zhao Xinhui feel disgusted. Zhao Xinhui frowned. She was very reluctant in her heart. Hua Chunfang knew what Zhao Xinhui was thinking. She hurriedly pulled Zhao Xinhui to the side and whispered to Zhao Xinhui's ear, You have to think carefully. Actually, I think it's not bad. If you marry into young Master Meng's residence, you can eat good food every day. You'll probably have meat to eat every meal. So what if you're a concubine? Didn't Jing also want to be someone else's concubine before? Young Master Meng's qualifications are much better than young Master Zhang's. Later, he might give you a lot of beautiful jewelry and clothes. It's definitely better than marrying an ordinary person. Also, if you don't want to, you'll have to go to the yamen. Then you'll have to suffer. Your father and I are useless people, so we definitely can't get you out. Don't torture yourself until you lose your life. After hearing what Hua Chunhua said, even Zhao Xinhui felt that Hua Chunhua was right. In reality, she had no other choice but to marry young Master Meng and become his concubine. Although that young Master Meng was a little disgusting, for the sake of a good life in the future, it was not unbearable. Zhao Xinhui struggled for a while and finally nodded. Mother, okay, I'll listen to you. Hua Chunhua replied happily and heaved a sigh of relief at the same time. After his daughter married young Master Meng, she would no longer have to suffer in prison. Naturally, he would not have to worry about Zhao Xinhui's situation. In addition, if Zhao Xinhui had a good life in the future, as his mother, she would definitely enjoy life with Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui often brought back good things, wouldn't she be living a good life? Zhao Baoshan stood to the side and did not say anything. He did not object to this matter. In fact, compared to Zhao Xinhui entering the yamen, Zhao Xinhui marrying young Master Meng was the best choice. It just so happened that his daughter had grown up and it was not appropriate for her to stay at home. If they went to find a marriage partner for her, they might not be able to find a more suitable candidate than young Master Meng. It was better to take advantage of this opportunity and marry off Zhao Xinhui. In the future, without this girl at home, old Zhao's family would be much more peaceful. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they had no objections. Chapter 1123. Zhao Xinhui could do whatever she wanted. Even if she was in prison and had to suffer, it was none of their business. They would not mind if she enjoyed a good life in the future. After all, once Zhao Tianlong passed the imperial examinations, the first branch would be able to live a good life. They did not expect Zhao Xinhui to help them. As for the second branch, they were somewhat jealous. Li Chuiying, in particular, felt extremely indignant. It was all because of that B*TCH, Zhao Xinhui, that she had almost been imprisoned in her place. Originally, she wanted to see Zhao Xinhui suffer in order to vent the anger in her heart. However, she did not expect that not only did she not see Zhao Xinhui suffer, but she also did not know what kind of dog's hit luck this girl had. She had actually caught the eye of someone. So what if Zhao Xinhui married him as a concubine? She would still be able to live a good life. It was really a freak combination of factors that allowed Zhao Xinhui to benefit. Listen to mother. You are not someone who will harm you. After marrying young Master Meng, you have to obediently live with him. Hua Chunhua chuckled as she nagged. Zhao Xinhui nodded. I understand, mother. It's good that you understand. As she spoke, Hua Chunhua walked in front of young Master Meng. She chuckled and said, Young Master Meng, our Hui has agreed. Does that mean she really won't have to go to prison? Young Master Meng nodded and said, Of course. In the future, she will be my woman. How could I let her suffer? Let's forget about the 30 taels today. Later, we will set a date for her to marry into our family. I will also send someone to send some things over as a betrothal gift. Hua Chunhua's eyes lit up when she heard this. She thought about it in her heart. If young Master Meng were to send something over, it would definitely be something good. In this way, their family would earn a fortune. The more she thought about it, the more excited Hua Chunhua became. Thus, she smiled at young Master Meng and promised, "Good, good, good. That's good. Young Master Meng, I'll listen to you, I'll listen to you. In the future, my will be yours." "That's fine. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first." Young Master Meng fanned himself and said to Hua Chunhua. When Qin Yuan heard that, he became even more anxious. "No, Auntie, you can't marry him," Qin Yuan said hurriedly. "Why can't I marry him?" Hua Chunhua asked Qin Yuan angrily. This stinky brat jumped out again and ruined her daughter's plans. Hua Chunhua knew that Qin Yuan had not reconciled. They must be thinking about Zhao Xinhui. Truly a toad lusting after a swan's meat. Why don't you take a look at yourself first? He was so poor, yet he still coveted Zhao Xinhui. Could he be compared to young Master Meng? Young Master Meng was a rich man. I just don't think I can marry him. Qin Yuan complained unhappily. Hua Chunfang reprimanded him angrily. "If you can't marry him, then take out 30 taels of silver. If you can take out 30 taels of silver, then my won't have to marry him." Hua Chunfang knew that she was deliberately making things difficult for Qin Yuan. After all, how could a poor boy like Qin Yuan have 30 taels of silver? Qin Yuan did not know what to say when Hua Chunfang said that. If you can't take it out, then don't talk nonsense." Hua Chunfang nagged. Qin Yuan was extremely anxious. He was thinking about what to do. 30 taels of silver, where could he get 30 taels of silver? If he could not get 30 taels of silver, he could only let Zhao Xinhui get married. Chapter 1124. Absolutely not. He couldn't let Zhao Xinhui marry young Master Meng like this. He still wanted to be with Zhao Xinhui. Qin Yuan thought for a moment. If he could get 30 taels of silver and return it to young Master Meng, then Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to marry him. Qin Yuan looked at Zhao Yuner and said to Zhao Yuner, "Younger sister Yuner, I beg you. Can you lend me 30 taels of silver?" Faced with Qin Yuan's sudden request, Zhao Yuner was slightly stunned. Then, a meaningful smile appeared on her face. This man was really interesting. He actually had the nerve to ask her about this matter. Qin Yuan eagerly waited for Zhao Yuner's answer. He really had no choice but to ask Zhao Yuner. For the sake of the woman he liked, he could only do this. Although he didn't know if Zhao Yuner would agree or not, he had to try first to know. The only person he could find to borrow money from was Zhao Yuner. After all, Zhao Yuner was very rich. "Lend you 30 taels of silver?" Zhao Yuner raised her eyebrows and asked. Qin Yuan nodded heavily. Yes, I beg you to lend it to me." Zhao Yuner calmly replied, 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. Do you think it's something that can be borrowed casually? Moreover, I don't have 30 taels of silver." Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, a trace of disappointment flashed across Qin Yuan's eyes. "You really don't have 30 taels of silver?" "Of course not. But even if I did, I wouldn't lend it to you. If I borrow so much money from you, when will you return it to me? Moreover, why would I lend you money for no reason? If you are doing this to make my Pinger Jijia live a better life, I can let it go. But your 30 taels of silver are obviously going to be used by someone else, right?" After Zhao Yuner said that, Qin Yuan felt guilty and didn't dare to say anything. Zhao Pinger felt relieved. She was afraid that Zhao Yuner would really lend the 30 taels to Qin Yuan. It was not worth it for that bitch Zhao Xinhui. In any case, she was unwilling to do so. Alright, All right. Why do you still need to borrow 30 taels of silver? My doesn't need you to help her pay it back. What is it? Don't tell me you want to covet my What are you going to do to my in the future? Hu Chunhua said to Qin Yuan in disdain. She didn't want Qin Yuan to block Zhao Xinhui's path to a better life. Qin Yuan was even more speechless. He looked at Zhao Xinhui with a face full of disappointment. The woman he loved was going to marry someone else. This kind of feeling did not feel good. Qin Yuan suddenly felt that his heart was empty. It was as if something was stuck in his throat, making him unable to speak. Young Master Meng glanced at Qin Yuan with disdain in his eyes. He didn't even look at himself. He actually dared to compete with him for a woman. He was simply overestimating himself. But it didn't matter. He couldn't win against him anyway. This was the advantage of being rich and powerful in this day and age. Young Master Meng and his group left. Old Zhao's courtyard immediately returned to peace. The people who originally came to watch the show gradually dispersed. Hu Chunhua happily pulled Zhao Xinhui into the house. At this moment, she was looking forward to when young Master Meng would come again. She originally thought that today was a disaster. She didn't expect that it would be a blessing in disguise. Zhao Xinhui had found a good marriage. The more Hu Chunhua thought about it, the more excited she felt. Originally, she was panting with anger and wanted to settle accounts with Li Chuiying. Because of this matter, she was in a good mood and did not scold Li Chuiying. Chapter 1125. After all, if Zhao Xinhui did not come out, young Master Meng would not see her. Naturally, young Master Meng would not take a fancy to her. Hu Chunhua held Zhao Xinhui's hand and began to fantasize. You are so lucky. Mother said that you have a life of riches and honor. Now I'm right, young Master Meng has taken a fancy to you. So many people can't wait for this to happen, but in the end, it happened to you. Just wait at home for a few days. Young Master Meng will probably send the things over in a few days. TSK. By then, our family will be rich. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she also began to fantasize in her heart. If she married young Master Meng, would she be able to change into many sets of clothes in a year? And every set would be like the one he was wearing now, beautiful and made of good material. There would also be jewelry and rouge and face powder. When she thought of this, Zhao Xinhui became even more excited. Seeing that Hu Chunhua could not help but praise her, she said to her mother, "Mother, of course. I said long ago that my marriage is not urgent. You don't have to worry so much. Now I'm right? Zhao Xinhui's tone was slightly smug. Hu Chunhua quickly responded, yes. Hui, you are right. Your mother was too short-sighted back then. Of course. Mother, look at the kind of marriage you found for me back then. It's fine if the people you found were ugly, but they were also poor. Would I marry someone like that? Hu Chunhua quickly nodded again and responded, yes, those people are not worthy of my Hui. My Hui was born with a life of riches and honor. She is destined to marry into a rich family. Zhao Xinhui snorted softly. Mother, it's not that I want to say this, but fortunately, I did not marry those people back then. Haha, yes. Fortunately, you did not marry them back then. Otherwise, you would probably regret it to death today. Of course, whatever Zhao Xinhui said, Hu Chunhua followed behind and agreed. In fact, she had been unwilling to find those poor and ugly people for Zhao Xinhui. However, with her daughter's qualifications, the matchmaker only found those people. She didn't want Zhao Xinhui to get any older, so she felt that it was fine if her conditions were a little worse. She could just make do and get married. Fortunately, her daughter refused to get married at that time. Otherwise, it would be impossible for her to marry young Master Meng now. With this thought in mind, Hu Chunhua felt a sense of relief in her heart. On the other side, in the third house, Qin Yuan was sitting angrily. Zhao Ping sat beside Qin Yuan and didn't dare to say anything. He was afraid that if he said anything, Qin Yuan would lose his temper at him. Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinxiao ignored Qin Yuan and went to the kitchen to cook. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao were busy in the kitchen. Liang Jinxiao sighed as he worked. Zhao Yuner asked, "Mother, what's wrong with you?" Liang Jinxiao said, "Sigh, Yuner, I feel that Qin Yuan treats your aunt differently." Zhao Yun hooked up the corner of her mouth. Could it be that Liang Jinxiao only discovered it now? Yes, it's definitely different. If it wasn't aunt today, but sister Ping, I reckon he wouldn't find someone to borrow 30 taels of silver. When Zhao Yuner said this, Liang Jinxiao's heart turned colder. Sigh, then what should we do now? If Yuan takes a fancy to your aunt, what should Ping do? Chapter 11:26. Zhao Yun replied indifferently, "Mother, why are you so anxious about this? So what if Qin Yuan likes little aunt? He's still marrying sister Ping, Besides, little aunt has high standards. She won't fall for him. It's impossible for the two of them to be together. Since it's impossible and they won't be together, he can only live with sister Ping, as his lover. Could it be that she still wants to have some improper thoughts?" Liang Jinxiao nodded at Zhao Yun's words. That seemed to be the case. Even if she liked him, so what? In the future, Zhao Ping would be the one living with Qin Yuan. As for Zhao Xinhui, she would have to marry young Master Meng. Qin Yuan couldn't compare to young Master Meng's qualifications. Sigh, Yun, if what you said is true, then I'm relieved. Zhao Yun, patted Liang Jinxiao. Mother, don't worry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yun had eaten at the county magistrate's residence. After she finished cooking, she brought some food back for Daodu and Mu Yanfeng. She didn't eat it herself. If it weren't for young Master Meng, she wouldn't have delayed lunch until so late. The men who were working were so hungry that their chests were sticking to their backs. Qin Yuan's face was still gloomy. He ate with a gloomy look on his face. He had a lot of pent-up anger in his heart, but he couldn't vent it out. His heart ached when he thought of Zhao Xinhui. In the past, when people said that he was a good-for-nothing, he didn't feel anything. At this moment, Qin Yuan desperately wanted to build a career. Only then could Zhao Xinhui take a good look at him. Even if he didn't have Zhao Xinhui, he might meet other women in the future. He had to be rich and powerful to have the capital. Otherwise, what's the use of being good-looking? Women still don't like me. Qin Yuan furrowed his brows and pondered. Just what method could he use to earn a lot of money? Zhao Yuna returned home and greeted Mu Yanfeng and Daodu for dinner. She then prepared to go up the mountain to work. As she planned to sell tea leaves in the future, she had to pick some tea leaves back and make more. She would hand it over to the county magistrate so that he could introduce it to others and promote it quickly. After all, whether something was good or not, it was useless for others to say. Only by personally tasting it would one know whether it was good or not. Therefore, the first step he had to take was to bring back more tea leaves. Mulan was a little worried when she saw that Zhao Yun'er wanted to go up the mountain. After all, Zhao Yun'er was only a woman. It was too dangerous for her to go up the mountain alone. Mulan said to Zhao Yun'er, "Yun'er, how about Xin and I accompany you up the mountain? It's better to have more helpers so that you can come back earlier. Otherwise, it's too dangerous for you to go up alone." Zhao Yun'er looked at Mulan and asked, "Sister-in-law Mulan, aren't you afraid of encountering danger?" Mulan smiled and said, "I'm afraid that we'll be a little scared. But it should be fine with Yun'er. It's better to have 3 people than to go alone. Let's bring some self-defense tools with us when we go. It'll be safer this way." Zhao Yun'er chuckled and said, "Okay, then the 3 of us will go together. We'll just bring a machete." "Okay." As they spoke, the 3 women each carried a basket and walked up the mountain. Zhao Yun'er agreed to let Mulan and Mu Hin go with her because she wanted to find a helper. Chapter 11:27. Zhao Yun went with Mulan and Mu Hin. If she could pick more tea leaves, it would save her a few trips up the mountain. Between Mulan and Zhao Yun, there was no need to be so polite. On the way, Mulan asked Zhao Yun what she was going to do up the mountain. Zhao Yun did not hide anything. She told Mulan about what happened at the county magistrate's residence today. Mulan's interest was piqued. She said to Zhao Yun, excitedly, Yun, if this thing can really be sold at a good price, it's okay to plant some tea leaves. It's much more comfortable than setting up a stall in Yang City. Zhao Yun nodded. That was indeed the case. Most importantly, she did not have to go to Yang City every day. She just had to stay in the village. Then, she could take care of her family. Otherwise, she would not be able to accompany Daodu for half a day outside. Moreover, they were businessmen. Once it rained, they had to stop their business temporarily. I just don't know if it will work. Let's try it first. It doesn't matter if it works or not. It's even better if it works. If it doesn't, we can continue to set up a stall to sell breakfast. As they spoke, the few of them reached the top of the mountain. Zhao Yun found the tea tree according to the location she remembered. The few of them busied themselves. Each of them picked half a basket of tea leaves and went down the mountain. It was more troublesome to pick tea leaves. It took a long time to pick a lot. However, the three of them added up to about 2 to 3 caddies of tea leaves. They would continue to pick more tea leaves tomorrow. They could give it to the county magistrate and let him give it to others to taste. At night, Zhao Yun sat in front of the candlelight and continued to sew the shoes in her hands. They were made for Mu Yanfeng. She was making the remaining half of the shoes. The more Zhao Yun made the shoes herself, the more she despised them. Her needlework was really terrible. The things she made looked like they had been gnawed by dogs. They were not presentable at all. If Mu Yanfeng were to wear the shoes she made, he would be laughed at. Zhao Yun sighed deeply. When Mu Yanfeng saw this, he raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, Yun'er, why are you sighing? Look. Zhao Yun threw the finished shoe to Mu Yanfeng. Mu Yanfeng looked at it and asked Zhao Yun'er in confusion, what's wrong, Yun'er? Isn't everything fine? Zhao Yun'er pursed her lips. Don't you think these shoes are too ugly? Mu Yanfeng looked at it carefully again. Under the light, he could clearly see the shoes that Zhao Yun'er made. He didn't know if it was because she was too unfamiliar with it, but the stitches were messy and not neat at all. Ugly? I don't think so. It's okay. Mu Yanfeng laughed heartily. Zhao Yun'er felt that Mu Yanfeng was really too hypocritical. It was obviously very ugly, but he said it wasn't. Are you sure you want to wear the shoes I made? Zhao Yun'er asked. Mu Yanfeng nodded heavily. Of course, Yun'er. As long as it's made by you, I like it, no matter if it's beautiful or ugly. Zhao Yun'er was amused by Mu Yanfeng. This guy was getting better at talking and making people happy. All right then. Since you like it and are willing to wear it, I'll make the remaining one. Otherwise, I won't make it. Mu Yanfeng's smile deepened. At this moment, Zhao Yun'er looked even more playful and adorable to him. Chapter 1128. The next morning, Zhao Yun'er continued to set up her stall in Shangyang City. The tea leaves had been fried and left at home. Zhao Yun did not bring them over. The tea leaves were fried, but the packaging was a problem. She could not just casually put them in a large jar like what she gave to the district magistrate. If she sold them, at least it would look more classy. Otherwise, no matter how good the tea was, if the packaging was not good enough, people would feel that it was very low class. Just like marketing in the 21st century, if the packaging was exquisite, the price could be doubled, or even dozens of times. Zhao Yun'er thought that there were no plastic paper boxes in this era. Naturally, there was no way to store the tea leaves. After thinking for a while, Zhao Yun'er thought of pottery jars. If she custom-made a batch of pottery jars the size of a can and made them look exquisite, it should be very good. She could draw some elegant flowers such as plum blossoms, orchids, chrysanthemums, and bamboos on them. Those scholars or people who flaunted their culture would definitely like them. However, this ordinary pottery jar could probably only hold 1 or 2 grams of tea leaves. It could not store much. It was actually not bad to buy a single one. She could package it and make it so that people could give it away. After thinking about it like this, Zhao Yun was ready to set up the stall, and then go to the place where pottery was made to ask. Soon, Xiao Mao took them to Shangyang City. The booming business made Zhao Yun very busy. Zhao Yun was also eager to find other ways to earn money. This way, she could be lazy sometimes and sleep in. She did not have to wake up before dawn every day. When she was busy until 9 o'clock, there were fewer customers. At this moment, she saw a girl walking over to her stall. This girl was none other than Jin Ju, the girl who went on a blind date with her second cousin. When Jin Ju came over, Zhao Yun greeted her with a smile. "Are you here to buy breakfast? Come sit at the stall. Tell me what you want to eat and I'll get it for you." Zhao Yun originally intended to give it to Jin Ju for free. After all, if Jin Ju married Xiao Tianhu, she would be her second sister-in-law. She would not care about this little thing. However, Jin Ju shook her head. Smelling the fragrant smell of the stall, she swallowed her saliva. "I'm not here to buy breakfast, and I'm not sitting." Zhao Yun was slightly taken aback. "Then you're here too." Jin Ju stepped forward and handed a handful of change to Zhao Yun. She said to Zhao Yun, "I'm not here to buy breakfast. I'm here to return the money." Zhao Yun looked at the 20 copper coins in her hand and was even more stunned. Pay back. Was this girl referring to the money she and Zhou Damei spent to eat at her place last time? When Zhao Yun heard Jin Ju say that she would pay back the money, she just smiled and didn't take it to heart. After all, she didn't expect them to pay, and she didn't intend to let them pay in the first place. When she heard Jin Ju say that she would pay back the money, Zhao Yun felt that this girl was a little special. However, Jin Ju said that it would be difficult for her to pay back the money. Zhou Damei looked like she was not a kind person. She would not give Jin Ju the money and let Jin Ju pay it back. Now that Jin Ju came over and gave her 20 copper coins, Zhao Yun was curious. Where did Jin Ju get the money? Chapter 1129. Zhao Yun smiled and said to Jin Ju, "There's no need for that. I told you that we were the ones who paid for it last time. You should take the money back." Zhao Yun knew that it was not easy for Jin Ju to get the 20 copper coins. If Zhou Damei knew about it, she would definitely scold Jin Ju again. Since that was the case, it was better not to take it, lest Jin Ju suffer. "No, I said I'll return it. I'll leave first." Jin Ju was afraid that Zhao Yun would snatch the money back, so she quickly turned and ran away. Soon, she disappeared into the crowd. Seeing Jin Ju run away, Zhao Yun knew that she could not return the money. Looking at the copper coins in her hand, the smile on her face deepened. This girl had a very stubborn temper. However, Zhao Yun liked her very much. At least she was not like other girls who liked to take advantage of others. Moreover, Zhao Yun felt that this girl had a tenacity to stand on her own feet. Liang Jinxiao also saw it from the side. After Jin Ju left, he sighed slightly and said to Zhao Yun, "Sigh, it's not easy for this child. I told her not to return the money, but she really did return the money." Zhao Yun nodded, "Yes. She probably doesn't like to take advantage of others and doesn't like to owe others. This kind of girl is rare." Liang Jinxiao understood. Zhao Yun smiled and said, "Yes. By the way, mother, is there any progress on second cousin's marriage with her?" Liang Jinxiao shook his head and said, "I'm not sure about that. It's your eldest aunt who's talking about it. However, there have been many things going on at home recently, so she didn't pay much attention to it." I think there's no need to meet other girls. Let's go with this one. She's not bad. Zhao Yun looked at Jin Ju as if it was her own blind date. Whether it's true or not, it's up to your second cousin and your eldest uncle's family to decide. It's useless for you to say that. Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. Mother, why don't you talk to eldest aunt about this? If this kind of girl is wrong, there won't be such a shop in this village. It's quite difficult to find one. Liang Jinxiao replied, sure, I'll talk to your eldest aunt later. Yeah. Not long after, two men walked over to Zhao Yun'er's stall. These two people were young Master Huang and the man in blue who had eaten breakfast at her stall yesterday. Seeing the two of them walking over, Zhao Yun'er greeted them with a smile. Young Master Huang, are you here to take care of my family's business again? Young Master Huang smiled and nodded. Your breakfast is pretty good. Since we're still in Yang City, we should eat more. Otherwise, we won't be able to eat anything when we get back. Ha! Zhao Yun'er laughed. She let the two of them sit down and serve breakfast. Today's breakfast was something that the two of them didn't get to eat last time. Seeing the two men eating heartily, Zhao Yun'er's lips curled up slightly. The amount of food that the two of them ate was equivalent to that of 4 people. She earned quite a bit of money. Just as the two of them were eating happily, 7 or 8 people suddenly rushed over. These people were all big and burly men. When they came to her stall, Zhao Yun'er knew that they didn't come with good intentions. However, she didn't offend anyone. What were these people doing here? After these people rushed over, they started smashing the stall. Chapter 1130. Liang Jinxiao and Mulan could only watch anxiously, but they did not dare to go up and deal with these men. Zhao Yun'er's frown deepened. These people would not come over to cause trouble for no reason. Zhao Yun'er wondered why. Who exactly did he offend? Or did they see that his business was too good, so they were unhappy and came to ruin his business? After all, because of her, the business of the other breakfast stalls was affected. It was normal for people to be jealous of her. Zhao Yun'er rushed over angrily and scolded these men. What are you trying to do? What right do you have to cause trouble for my stall? I didn't do anything illegal. If you dare to touch it again, I'll report it to the authorities. After Zhao Yun yelled at them, the leader of the men snorted coldly and said, report it to the authorities. Then go ahead and report it to the authorities. You can try and see if they will care about you. Zhao Yun'er was furious. What kind of people were they? Were they not afraid of the authorities? It seemed like there was someone important behind all of this. However, Zhao Yun'er still could not figure out who she had offended. She set up her stall obediently and did not have much to do with the people who paid attention to her. Who could she have offended? Or did the authorities find out about her relationship with Yili? But that did not seem right either. If that was the case, these people should have arrested her and locked her up. After all, she was guilty of harboring criminals. There was no need to cause trouble for her stall like this. Zhao Yun could not figure out what was going on and was very anxious. Now that her stall had been destroyed, how was she going to survive? How was she going to earn money? After all, the tea business had not taken off yet. If she set up her stall to sell breakfast, she would at least know her daily income. Yun-er, what should we do? Liang Jinxiao asked with a frown as he moved closer to Zhao Yun-er. I don't know. Hey, everything was fine. Why did these people come over and smash it? Mulan clutched the corner of her clothes, her face full of worry. At the same time, she felt the same as Zhao Yun'er, helpless in the face of these unreasonable people. Mulan's feelings for the stall were no less than Zhao Yun'er. Compared to Zhao Yun'er, the breakfast stall was more important to Mulan. After all, she could only rely on this to support her family's living standards. She was not as capable as Zhao Yun'er and could earn money through other methods. Zhao Yun'er bit her lower lip and glared at the people who came to smash her stall. It could be said that these people were extremely ruthless and did not show any mercy at all. They did not show any mercy when they smashed. The pots and pans on Zhao Yun'er's stall were all smashed to pieces. The unsold breakfast also rolled to the ground. Attracted by the fragrant smell of the breakfast, many stray cats and dogs rushed over and took away the steamed buns and dumplings on the ground. Some beggars also took the opportunity to snatch. Some greedy women also secretly put the steamed buns on the ground into their arms. Although the steamed buns on the ground were a little dirty, they could still be eaten after washing them with water. These were all good things. It would be a waste not to take them. Anyway, everyone was snatching. Zhao Yun'er could not stop them even if she wanted to. Chapter 1131. In addition, it would take a lot of time to buy these things. When the time came, her breakfast stall would probably not be able to operate for a while. Of course, these were all things that she would think about in the future. After all, if someone targeted her, as long as she reopened the stall, there would definitely be people who would continue to smash the stall. At this moment, Zhao Yun'er suddenly felt that she was too small. In front of these forces, she did not have any strength at all. If there was no one to rely on, she would only be bullied in vain. Looking at these people who were tyrannical, overbearing, and unreasonable, what could she do? Who are you? Don't go too far. Zhao Yun said coldly to these people. Little girl, so what if we go too far? TSK, what will you do to us? The man who took the lead said to Zhao Yun'er with a bit of savagery in his tone. Miss, I'm telling you, you'd better not offend these people. Some onlookers could not stand it and went to Zhao Yun'er and whispered to her. Uncle, do you know these people? Zhao Yun'er asked curiously. The man sighed, I don't say that I know them. I just heard of them. They are the local ruffians here. But they are different from ordinary ruffians. They have connections with the officials of the imperial court. They are much more powerful than our county minister. So even if you are an official, our county minister does not dare to interfere. After the man's explanation, Zhao Yun'er understood. It turned out that this was the case. Why were these people so insolent? They were not afraid of reporting to the officials. It turned out that they had people behind them. Zhao Yun could not help but sigh in her heart. This feudal society was really dark. As long as one had power and influence, one could do whatever one wanted. But I didn't offend them. Zhao Yun muttered. The man said carefully, you may not have offended them, but you may have offended others. Uncle, what do you mean? Hey, miss, these people have some background, so if someone wants to deal with you, as long as you pay, they can help. Today, they came to smash your stall. Maybe someone paid them to come. Hey, miss, I won't talk about it anymore. You're on your own now. I'll leave first. After the man finished speaking, he hurriedly ran away. He was afraid that if he revealed too much, these people would come back to settle accounts with him. He had said enough to Zhao Yun'er. He had done his best. Zhao Yun'er pondered a little more in her eyes. She had no idea that someone was messing with her in the dark. It seemed like she would have to swallow this grievance. Mr. Huang and the blue-clothed man were sitting in front of the stall, eating quietly. However, they were disturbed by the sudden appearance of someone. Seeing a bowl flying towards young Master Huang, the blue-robed man hurriedly got up and kicked the bowl to the side. Bang! It fell to the ground. The bowl shattered into pieces, but young Master Huang was still eating calmly, as if he didn't care at all. The blue-robed man looked at young Master Huang nervously. Young Master, this. After the blue-robed man finished speaking, young Master Huang swallowed the last dumpling into his stomach and stood up. What is going on? Young Master Huang's voice carried a hint of anger. Chapter 1132. He glanced coldly at the people who came here to destroy his stall. His eyes were filled with an aura of disdain for the world. At this moment, he was the ruler of the world. After the reprimand, the man who was destroying the stall was stunned and looked at young Master Huang. However, after a slight pause, he resumed his actions. The leader of the group said to young Master Huang, "Are you blind? Can't you see it? We're destroying your stall. Get out of the way and don't block the way. Otherwise, we'll take care of you as well." After the leader finished speaking, the others continued to destroy the stall. All the tables and chairs in Zhao Yun's house were destroyed. The scene was unbearable. After the leader finished speaking, young Master Huang's eyes turned even colder. These people. They're really arrogant. Before young Master Huang could say anything, the man in blue couldn't take it anymore. "Do you know who you're talking to? How dare you?" The man in blue reprimanded them. The leader was fearless to begin with. In Sun City, he was the most authoritative person. Therefore, after the blue-clothed man finished speaking, the leading man replied disdainfully. "Who am I talking to? I don't care who you're talking to. Do you think I'm afraid? When you're in Sun City, no one can do anything to me." When the man spoke, he was extremely arrogant and fearless. The man in blue was even angrier. These people were too lawless. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes today, he probably wouldn't have believed that such a scourge existed in Sun City. The man in blue snorted, "Aren't you afraid that the authorities will arrest you? Since you've caused such a ruckus, you must be severely punished." "The authorities? What can the authorities do to us? Let me tell you, this place is far away from the authorities. No one can do anything to us. We have someone backing us. His position is higher than that of a county magistrate." The man shouted arrogantly. After he finished speaking, he seemed to be proud of himself. The man in blue frowned. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Instead, he looked at young Master Huang nervously. He saw that young Master Huang's face had darkened. The blue-clothed man muttered in his heart, "It's over, it's over, it's over." Young Master Huang snorted coldly and said to the leading man, "I'm curious to know who is backing you up." After that, he instructed the man in blue, "Go and report this to the authorities. Arrest these people for me." The blue-clothed man nodded. Young Master Huang's imposing manner intimidated the few men who came to cause trouble. "You want to catch us? You're not that simple," the man said angrily. Anyway, Zhao Yun's business was almost done. It was time to leave. Thus, the leader of the group called for the others to leave. Zhao Yun hurriedly stepped forward to stop him. "Stop right there. You want to leave after smashing my stall? It's not that easy." Zhao Yun's face was also calm. Just now, when she saw the aura that burst out from young Master Huang's body, she felt that young Master Huang's identity was not simple. Since he said to report it to the authorities, he naturally had to report it to the authorities. He should send it to the authorities first. There should be a way to find out what was going on. Chapter 1133. Zhao Yun was curious. Who would hate her so much? Facing Zhao Yun's angry little face, the few burly men didn't take Zhao Yun seriously. After all, Zhao Yun's petite body couldn't possibly deal with them. The leader of the men frowned and shouted at Zhao Yun in disgust, "Get lost. Get lost. Don't force me to attack a woman." Zhao Yun didn't give up. "I said that I won't let you go, so I won't let you go. Today, I'm going to arrest you and bring you to the authorities for questioning. Since you're not afraid of anything, are you afraid of the authorities? If you have the guts, then don't leave." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, the leader of the men was already impatient. Who said that they weren't afraid of the authorities? But it was still troublesome. If they left now, it would naturally save them a lot of trouble. Why did they have to go to the authorities? Since Zhao Yun refused to leave, the leader of the men attacked Zhao Yun. Just as he was about to shake off Zhao Yun suddenly grabbed his arm. Then, Zhao Yun threw him over her shoulder, causing him to fall heavily to the ground. Ouch! The man let out a muffled and painful groan. The surrounding onlookers looked at Zhao Yun in shock. They didn't expect that a petite woman like Zhao Yun could explode with such power. She even threw a burly man like Zhao Yun to the ground. Young Master Huang, who was standing not far away, looked at Zhao Yun with a trace of playfulness and curiosity. This girl looked a little different from the rest. She actually had such good skills. It seemed that she wasn't simple. It was really hard to imagine that such a delicate body could explode with such power. When the other men saw this, they hurriedly helped the leader up. "Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, why did you get hit by a woman?" The leader of the group called out a few times and then called out to the others, "What are you guys waiting for? Hurry up and help me up. It hurts so much." Thus, the other men hurriedly helped him up. The leader of the group rubbed his buttocks. This fall was not light at all. Even his bones felt as if they had been shattered. It really hurt. It wasn't just about the pain. As a man, he was beaten up by a woman in front of so many people. He couldn't keep his face. He reckoned that others would laugh him to death later. The more he thought, the angrier he became. This woman was really too much. Thus, he called out to the other men, "Teach her a good lesson for me. She actually dared to lay her hands on me. If I don't make her cry to the heavens today, I'll be letting myself down. Big brother. Big brother, don't be angry. We'll help you deal with this little bitch. Yes, big brother, we'll help you." As they spoke, the men surrounded Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun's eyes were filled with vigilance. She could deal with one person, but she couldn't deal with so many of them. Moreover, she took advantage of the situation when they were unprepared. If they really fought, she would be in a disadvantageous position. Zhao Yun could only hope that the officials would arrive soon. That way, she wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Chapter 1134. What should she do now? If these people really laid a hand on Zhao Yun would definitely be hurt. When Zhao Yun saw these people surrounding her, she took a few steps back. "What are you trying to do? Do you still want to lay a hand on me in broad daylight?" Zhao Yun asked coldly. She just wanted to stall for time. When these people heard this, they snorted softly. "Yes, we want to lay a hand on you. So what? Young lady, you've dealt with our big brother today, so you'll be in for it. Don't come over, don't come near me, you disgusting men. Young lady, you're quite stubborn. I'll teach you a lesson later, then you'll know how to speak properly." As he spoke, the man took a step forward and grabbed Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun could not move in the hands of these people. "You, let go of my daughter." Liang Jinxiao rushed over anxiously, but before she could get close to Zhao Yun, she was pushed by someone and fell to the ground. Liang Jinxiao fell hard, and her brows were knitted together in pain. Zhao Yun wanted to go forward and help Liang Jinxiao, but she still could not break free. She could only look at Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Mulan and Mu Hin hurriedly helped Liang Jinxiao up. "Mother, are you okay? How are you feeling? Does it hurt?" Zhao Yun asked Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Liang Jinxiao waved her hand. "Mother is fine, mother is fine." "This is Yun, you." Seeing Liang Jinxiao's concern for her, Zhao Yun replied, "Mother, don't come over, in case they hurt you." Sigh. Liang Jinxiao sighed heavily, extremely anxious. Faced with the situation in front of her, there was nothing she could do. How could a few women deal with so many men? They could only watch helplessly as Zhao Yun was bullied. Young Master Huang, who was standing beside him, watched the scene with cold eyes. Seeing that Zhao Yun was in danger, he couldn't sit still any longer. With a wave of his fan, he smashed these people away. Then, the man in yellow rushed over and kicked these people to the ground one by one. Zhao Yun regained her freedom. The skill of the yellow-clothed man just now was simply amazing. He looked even more powerful than Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but be curious. Who was this man? If he could help her, it meant that he was on her side. Zhao Yun'er was looking forward to seeing how powerful this young Master Huang was to be able to deal with this group of villains. The man who was beaten down by young Master Huang stood up again and rushed towards young Master Huang with a face full of anger. You are really courting death. Don't blame us for being rude if you meddle in our business. Go, all of you go. Teach him a lesson, beat him up so badly that even his parents won't recognize him. Seeing the men rushing towards young Master Huang, Zhao Yun'er was worried about young Master Huang. She wasn't sure if young Master Huang could handle it. After all, he had offended these people because of her. Young Master, be careful. Zhao Yun'er shouted at young Master Huang. Young Master Huang smirked. His face was calm, as if he wasn't afraid of being surrounded by these people. Miss, don't worry, I'm fine. Chapter 1135. His movements were as smooth as flowing water. There was no pressure at all when dealing with these people. Screams could be heard from the ground. After rolling around in sweat, they were in so much pain that they could not get up. Not long after, the people from the government came over. Even the county magistrate came over personally with a group of constables. The county magistrate walked to young Master Huang and asked nervously, Young Master Huang, this. Young Master Huang snorted and said, Such a situation happened in your district. Don't tell me you don't know about it. The county magistrate's heart skipped a beat. He said nervously to young Master Huang, I don't know. I have never seen such a situation before. Young Master Huang's voice became colder, then you have failed in your duty. Young Master, alright, there's no need to say any more. Hurry up and bring these people back. Interrogate them properly. I want to know who gave them the guts to be so tyrannical and do whatever they want. They are not even afraid of the government. They are creating trouble for no reason. They don't even care about the laws of the imperial court. They are so arrogant. Do they think that no one can discipline them? After young Master Huang finished speaking, the county magistrate's forehead was covered with a layer of cold sweat. He thought to himself, this is great. How could he not know that these people were creating trouble? He just turned a blind eye to it. It was not easy for him to be an official. He did not want to get into too much trouble. But who would have thought that of all the people they could have offended, they actually offended, sigh. The county magistrate sighed heavily in his heart. He hoped that he would not be too unlucky to be involved in this matter. The county magistrate promised young Master Huang, yes. I will bring them back and interrogate them properly. We must not let such a malignant tumor stay in Yang City and do evil things. Young Master Huang faintly nodded his head in response, but there was still displeasure between his eyebrows. This matter made him very angry. Under the county magistrate and the constable's help, all the men on the ground were caught and brought away. Seeing these people being taken away by the people of the imperial court, Zhao Yun'er heaved a heavy sigh of relief. This matter could be considered to have obtained a slightly better result. However, these people did not reveal who ordered them, so Zhao Yun'er was still worried. He was afraid that the breakfast stall would not be able to open for a while. When Liang Jinxiao saw this, he was both happy and relieved. He was happy that the bad guys were finally taken away by the authorities, but he sighed because he didn't know what to do with his stall being smashed to such a state. Looking at the broken things on the ground, Liang Jinxiao's heart ached. Hey, Yun'er, what should we do now? Zhao Yun'er shrugged. There's no other way. Let's go back and rest for a few days. We'll wait for the results of the investigation. Liang Jinxiao nodded. That was the only way. The things on the ground were basically useless. They were all smashed to pieces. Zhao Yun'er tidied up a few things, picked them up, and put them in the car. She might be able to continue using them after some repairs. Young Master Huang was still standing at the same spot. He had no intention of leaving. When Zhao Yuner saw this, she walked towards him. Chapter 1136. Young Master Huang smiled faintly and said, "Miss, you don't have to be so polite. It's these people who went too far. It's not that I'm being polite, but I really have to thank young master for today. Otherwise, I would have fallen into the hands of these ruffians. I don't know what kind of grievances I would have to suffer." Zhao Yun sighed. Actually, she was trying to get close to young Master Huang by saying this. Perhaps this man could help her by chatting more with young Master Huang and getting to know him better. Not to mention other things, just from the attitude of the district magistrate towards him and the way he looked at these people with disdain, she knew that this man's identity was definitely not ordinary. If he was a noble, it would be a piece of cake for these people to listen to his apology. Young Master Huang smiled and looked at Zhao Yun, with a trace of admiration in his eyes. "Miss, your performance today really opened my eyes. It really makes people feel that you're different from the rest." Zhao Yun guessed that young Master Huang was talking about how she dealt with the man. She smiled and twitched the corner of her mouth. "My martial arts are just mediocre. Compared to young Master Huang, it's like the difference between heaven and earth. That's not bad. Ordinary women don't even have mediocre martial arts. I wonder if you've specially learned martial arts." Zhao Yun shook her head. "I didn't specially learn martial arts. I just learned some self-defense moves from others, I see." The smile on young Master Huang's face deepened. It made people feel that there was a hidden meaning behind it. Zhao Yun smiled awkwardly. She didn't know what to say. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao had already cleaned up the things on the ground. They asked Zhao Yun if it was time to go back. Zhao Yun could only follow young Master Huang. "Young master, you should go back too. I have to go home now." Young Master Huang suddenly stopped Zhao Yun. Wait. Zhao Yun looked at young Master Huang in confusion and asked, "Young master, is there anything else? Since you think that I've helped you today, don't you want to repay me?" Young Master Huang only raised his eyebrows, but Zhao Yun was stunned. Why was this man so hypocritical? Just now, he told him not to be too polite. Now, he asked him to repay him. Where did this logic come from? "Young Master Huang, how do you want me to repay you? If I can do it, I'll do it." Zhao Yun thought in her heart, as long as the request was not too excessive, she was afraid that this man would open his mouth and ask for something. "Miss will definitely be able to do it." "Then tell me about it, young master. I've tasted the tea leaves you gave me these past 2 days and I think they're very good. If it's possible, can you give me more before I leave Yang City? I'll bring it back and slowly savor it." After young Master Huang finished speaking, his lips curled into a smile. When Zhao Yun heard this, she immediately nodded and agreed. "Sure, of course. That's good. Other than that, I don't have any other requests." "All right, young master. I'll take my leave first." Young Master Huang nodded, waved the fan in his hand, and strode away. The things on Zhao Yun's breakfast stall could only be thrown away as junk. This time, the loss was huge. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao sighed inwardly, feeling pity for the breakfast stall. Chapter 1137. If they didn't do business for a few days, it would be a loss for them. Seeing that Mulan and Liang Jinxiao were in a bad mood, Zhao Yun comforted them. "It's okay, sister-in-law Mulan, mother, we're very tired from setting up the stall every day. Let's go back and rest for a few days." Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, "Sigh, that's what you say, but I still want to set up the stall. After all, we can only make money by setting up the stall. If we rest at home, not only will we not make any money, but we'll also have to spend money." Mulan agreed, "Yes, although it's a little tiring to set up the stall every day, I'm still very motivated when I think about making so much money. Now that the stall is ruined, what should we do in the future? Yun, how long will it take for us to set up the stall again?" Zhao Yun shook her head and said, "I don't know either. I don't even know who we've offended this time. I'm afraid that when we set up the stall again, another group of people will come and ruin our stall. We can take it once, but we can't take it twice. Sigh. The more Zhao Yun said, the more Mulan and Liang Jinxiao sighed. Zhao Yun could only shake her head. These two people were too focused on making money. Zhao Yun had to comfort them. It's okay, we can't set up the stall early. Let's try to get more tea back during this period. Maybe we can make more money. Really? Mulan looked up at Zhao Yun. Of course it's true. Okay, Yun, let's go to the mountains to pick tea during the day. Okay. Before going back, Zhao Yun went to the pottery factory and ordered a batch of pottery. In the past, when she talked to the people who made ceramics, these people knew what Zhao Yun needed. They agreed to make a few samples first. When the time came, Zhao Yun would come to take a look. If Zhao Yun was satisfied, they would mass-produce it. After finishing these, Zhao Yun drove back to the village. When she returned to old Zhao's house, Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan didn't come today. However, old Zhao's house was still very lively. Young Master Meng was very fast and sent some things over. Although it wasn't as much as Zhao Yun last time, to the villagers, Zhao Yun they felt that the things were very valuable. Zhao Yun Zhao Yun's, and Zhao Yun's and Zhao Yun's are. The date of Zhao Xinhui's marriage was also set. Young Master Meng would come to pick her up in 3 days. Because of the things that young Master Meng sent over, Hu Chunhua still agreed even though she was a bit reluctant to part with Zhao Xinhui. 3 days was 3 days. Anyway, the bride's family didn't need to prepare much. Mother, it's only 3 days. Can we make it in time? Zhao Xinhui asked Hu Chunhua. In her opinion, 3 days was too rushed. She had to prepare well for her wedding. She couldn't be too shabby or too casual. Otherwise, how could she be glamorous? Hu Chunhua held Zhao Xinhui's hand and said with a smile, we can make it in time. How can we not make it in time? The sooner you get married, the sooner you can enjoy happiness. It's better than eating vegetables at home, right? Zhao Xinhui felt that Hu Chunhua's words made sense. The food at home was too shabby. How could it be better than young Master Meng? Chapter 1138. Hu Chunhua was afraid that something unexpected would happen. What if young Master Meng went back on his word? At that time, not only would he not be willing to marry Zhao Xinhui, but he would also ask for the betrothal gifts back. Then, their family would suffer a great loss. Therefore, if she hurried to get married now, there would not be any accidents. Zhao Xinhui's eyes turned, and she nodded. All right then, mother, I'll listen to you. However, mother, I don't have a wedding dress. I can't just wear a dress and get married casually, right? Ping already has one, so I can't be shabby compared to her. Hu Chunhua frowned. Her daughter's words were not without reason. When a girl got married, she had to prepare to look good. Besides, Zhao Xinhui was marrying into a rich family this time. She had to look good. In any case, she had to make others envious of her family. Hu Chunhua was a little conflicted. These clothes have to be made in advance. If we make them now, I reckon that we won't be able to make it in time. You'll be getting married in 3 days. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she looked a little displeased. She pouted and said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, am I supposed to look like this when I get married? Mother, no, I can't be worse than Ping. I have to dress beautifully on my wedding day so that all the girls in the village will be envious of me. Zhao Xinhui raised her chin and said. For so many years, she had been mocked by the little sluts in the village. So this time, she would get married in a grand manner and then slap those people in the face. They could only be envious of her. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui was throwing a tantrum again, Hu Chunhua quickly comforted her. All right, don't be anxious. Mother will think of something for you. It's useless to be anxious now. You should think of something carefully. Zhao Xinhui nodded. Mother, think about it. What do you think we should do? Hu Chunhua rolled her eyes and said, it's impossible to do it outside. Why don't we borrow it from Ping Er? Ping Er's wedding dress is so beautiful. It's a waste for that girl to wear it. Hui Er, if we borrow it and you wear it, I think you'll definitely look very beautiful. After hearing what Hu Chunhua said, Zhao Xinhui fell silent for a moment. She had seen Zhao Ping Er's wedding dress before. It was indeed quite beautiful. However, it was not suitable for Zhao Ping Er. If she were to wear it, she would definitely be way better than Zhao Ping Er. However, Zhao Xinhui didn't like to take Zhao Ping Er's things. She was the one getting married, so why did she have to wear someone else's wedding dress? Mother, this isn't very good. Zhao Xinhui frowned, appearing somewhat reluctant. Hu Chunhua sighed and said, Hui Er, if we don't borrow Ping Er's, where are we going to get it? There's no way to get it now. Ping Er's is the best. Zhao Xinhui thought about it. That was indeed the case. There was no other way to get it now. However, she still felt somewhat reluctant and uncomfortable. However, compared to wearing something casually, wearing Zhao Pinger's wedding dress would undoubtedly make him look much better. Mother, all right then. We'll borrow it from Ping Er. However, that girl is very stingy. We might not be able to borrow it. Zhao Xinhui's brows revealed some worry. Chapter 1139. Zhao Xinhui nodded. Mom, that's fine. You can tell me about it when the time comes. Anyway, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't get involved in this matter. She didn't want to ask others for help. Hu Chunhua patted her chest and said, okay. When the time comes, I'll go and talk to them. We still have to ask third brother's wife to do some other things. Mom, what do you want them to do? Zhao Xinhui asked curiously. Hu Chunhua chuckled and said, Hui Er, you're getting married. Our family definitely has to hold a banquet. When the time comes, we'll have to find someone to cook for us, right? Zhao Xinhui nodded. Yes, Mom. What's the matter? Hu Chunhua smiled and said, Hui Er, when you get married, other than marrying in a grand manner, you'll have to prepare better things for the ceremony. This will make our Zhao family look better. The banquet also has to be done well. We have to entertain the guests and have good food and drinks. Only then will it look ostentatious. Zhang Xinhui replied, Yes, Mom. This has to be done well. After all, it's my marriage. I have to look good too. Our family has to do well. We have to let everyone in our village know that I married a rich man. We'll have a good life in the future. Yes. That's what Mom thinks. So the dishes at the banquet have to be carefully prepared. We can't just find someone to cook for us. Then we have to at least hire a chef. It's not about how good it will be. It just has to be similar to Ping Er's wedding. Zhao Xinhui said. Actually, the last time Zhao Xinhui ate at the table, she felt that Zhao Yun Er's dishes were very good. It was much better than the banquets held by other families. Even if some families hired a chef, the food still couldn't be as good as Zhao Yun Er's. In the end, it was Zhao Yun Er's cooking that was good. Hu Chunhua continued, Yes, Ping did a very good job when she got married. The people in our village kept praising her after eating, saying that the food was even better than the food cooked by the chef. So, Mother wants to go talk to Yun'er now and ask her to cook for us. Not only can we do it well, but we can also save money on hiring a chef. Hu Chunhua calculated very well in her heart. Inviting a chef over would cost at least a few hundred copper coins. With this amount of money, she could buy a lot of things. If she could save, she would naturally save. There was no need to waste. Mother, that's fine. Go and talk to third sister-in-law and the others. It wasn't easy for me to get married, so they can't go overboard. Yes, yes, yes. Mother will go and tell him later. Yes. After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, she began to look forward to her life after marrying young Master Meng. The life of this rich family should be very comfortable. Every day, there would be meat to eat, drink, and wear good clothes. Naturally, it would be different from old Zhao's life. After the third branch had lunch, the men didn't rest for a while and went out to work. Now, they were very energetic. Because of these people's work, Zhao Yuyun's house was built very quickly. In a short while, half of it was built. The remaining half was built. After adding a roof beam and tiles, it was almost ready for people to live in. However, a big house was one thing. Before moving in, he still had to buy some necessary furniture. Thinking that they could live in a big house, the people in the third branch were quite excited. After all, it was too troublesome to squeeze into a small house every day. The sooner the new house was built, the sooner they could live comfortably. Chapter 1140. Mother, let me help you. Zhao Yun stepped forward and said. Liang Jinxiao waved his hand. It's okay, Yun Mother can do it. You should rest. There's still work to be done later. It's okay, Mother. I'm not tired. Let's do it together. Ha, okay then, child. It's not that I want to nag at you, but you can't be too diligent. Sometimes, you should rest when you need to. There are so many things to do at home. You can't be so clingy about everything, right? Zhao Yun laughed. If you can do the work, then do it. Anyway, I can't let you tire yourself out. You really know how to care for others. Sigh, if only Ping was half as good as you. Liang Jinxiao sighed. Zhao Yun pursed her lips and said helplessly, Mother, it's not that Sister Ping doesn't care about others. She just doesn't care about you. I think she treats Qin Yuan quite well. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled helplessly. Ha, yes, you're right. But it's good enough that Ping cares about others. Ha! While the two of them were talking, they saw Hu Chunhua running toward their house. When she saw Hu Chunhua coming over, Zhao Yun frowned. She had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. When Liang Jinxiao saw her, he said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, what are you doing here? What's the matter? This time, Hu Chunhua's attitude was quite good because she had a favor to ask of the third branch. She smiled at Liang Jinxiao and said, Third daughter-in-law, what are you talking about? Can't I come to your house if there's nothing important? Liang Jinxiao pursed his lips and smiled awkwardly. Yes, of course. Then it's settled. As Hu Chunhua spoke, she went directly to Zhao Yun's house and sat down on the stool. She was not polite or restrained at all. When Zhao Yun saw this, a trace of disgust appeared in her eyes. This damned old hag, just looking at it made people feel disgusted. Now that he was here, he deliberately dawdled and did not say it directly. However, Zhao Yun felt that it must be something bad. Mother, is there really nothing wrong? Liang Jinxiao could not help but ask again. Seeing Hu Chunhua coming over, it was really awkward. Hee, my third daughter-in-law, now that you mention it, I do have something to ask of you. Hu Chunhua said with a hypocritical smile. Looking at Hu Chunhua's fake smile, Zhao Yun felt even more disgusted. If there was something, then there was something. Why did he have to go through so much trouble? It was as if she was the one who came over and did not want to trouble their family. Mother, if there's anything, just say it. Are you embarrassed? Liang Jinxiao asked. Well. Third daughter-in-law, then I'll say it directly. Actually, it's not a big deal. It's about youngest sister's marriage. Liang Jinxiao's eyes flashed with confusion. Youngest sister's marriage? Hasn't youngest sister's marriage been decided? Yes, it has been decided. Young Master Meng has also sent something over. However, the wedding will be held in 3 days. Initially, I wanted your youngest sister to get married in a grand manner. After all, she's so old and it's not easy for her to get married. When Liang Jinxiao heard this, he nodded behind her. Indeed, it was not easy for Zhao Xinhui to get married, let alone for a rich man like young Master Meng. Chapter 1141. But Hu Chunhua paused and looked at Liang Jinxiao. But what, mother? Sigh. Third brother's wife, it's because time is too tight. I originally wanted to make a wedding dress for your younger sister's wedding, but now it seems that it won't be possible. I see. Liang Jinxiao felt a little regretful when she heard this. She also felt sorry for Zhao Xinhui. She could completely understand Hu Chunhua's current feelings. After all, when she married Zhao Ping, she also wanted to give all the good things to Zhao Ping. Mother, what are you going to do now? Liang Jinxiao asked. Hu Chunhua smiled at Zhao Yun, and said, so third brother's wife, didn't you come looking for me? Liang Jinxiao was even more stunned. Mother, what does this have to do with me? What can I do to help? Third brother's wife, of course you can help. You can even help a lot. It's like this. I was thinking that Ping got married previously, right? That wedding dress is very nice. So I was wondering if I could ask Ping to lend it to Hui. In this way, Hui will not only be able to wear the wedding dress, but also save a sum of money. Otherwise, it would cost a lot of money to make a new one. These wedding dresses can only be worn once, so it's really a waste to spend this money. It's fine if we don't have it, but since we have it, why don't we let Ping borrow it once? After speaking, Hu Chunhua looked at Liang Jinxiao and waited for Liang Jinxiao's answer. However, Liang Jinxiao fell silent and frowned, looking very conflicted. Hu Chunhua was a little unhappy and asked Liang Jinxiao, third brother's wife, this isn't a big deal, right? I'm not asking for too much. Your younger sister is getting married, so as her brothers and sisters-in-law, you should naturally be happy for her and help her as much as you can. I'm not asking you to fork out money. It's just a wedding dress. It's not a big loss at all. After hearing Hu Chunhua's complaint, Liang Jinxiao quickly explained, Mother, it's not that I'm stingy and unwilling, but this matter has to be discussed with Ping. It's only if Ping agrees. I can't force her, right? Hu Chunhua snorted and said, third brother's wife, I'm not scolding you, but what kind of mother are you? Could it be that he couldn't even order his own daughter around? Look at Ping's wedding. How glorious it was for her. If he doesn't agree to such a big thing, you can scold him. Really, Ping is also pampered by you like a treasure. If it were my daughter, she would be controlled in minutes. Liang Jinxiao sighed slightly. Hu Chunhua said it so easily. If it were her turn, it probably wouldn't be like this. Zhao Ping was stubborn. It was useless to order her around. She could only be coaxed. However, Hu Chunhua probably really didn't have a way and could only borrow it from Zhao Ping. Therefore, she said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, don't be angry. I'll discuss this matter with Ping. When the time comes, she can lend it to younger sister. Won't it be fine? Hu Chunhua's expression became much better, that's fine. You should tell Ping about this matter. This matter has to be done quickly. Your younger sister is getting married in 3 days. You can't delay it. Chapter 1142. Alright, that's settled then. Third daughter-in-law, I'll leave this matter to you. No matter what, your younger sister has to wear a wedding gown to get married. Our old Zhao family's reputation must not be tarnished. Hu Chunhua exhorted. Mother, I know. Don't worry. Hu Chunhua responded. Zhao Yun stood aside and did not utter a word. Seeing that Hu Chunhua was so shameless, she really did not know what to say. However, she wanted to see how Zhao Ping would react when the time came. It would be best if she would fight with Hu Chunhua. Then, there would be a good show to watch. That was why she chose to stand by and not get involved in this matter. She thought that Hu Chunhua could leave after she was done with this matter. However, Hu Chunhua had no intention of leaving at all. Instead, she continued to sit on the stool and dawdle. Liang Jinxiao could not help but ask again, "Mother, is there anything else?" Hu Chunhua nodded and responded, "Third daughter-in-law, there's one more thing." Zhao Yun could not help but mock, "Grandmother, what's the matter? Can you say it clearly in one breath? Why are you so slow? Why don't you stop talking?" Hu Chunhua was a little angry at Zhao Yun's words. Why was this girl's attitude like this? In any case, she was her elder, right? She really did not take her seriously at all. This was too much. If it were any other time, Hu Chunfang might have exploded. This time, it was rare that she did not argue with Zhao Yun. Instead, she suppressed her anger. Hu Chunhua knew that she now had a favor to ask of Zhao Yun. It was not worthwhile to offend Zhao Yun at this time. Therefore, instead of getting angry, she smiled at Zhao Yun and said, "Why are you so anxious, girl? Usually, I don't come to your third branch's room to sit. Now that I'm here, can't you let me sit for a while?" Liang Jinxiao said, "Yuner, stop nagging at your grandmother. Let her sit for a while. Mother, tell me, what else do you need my help with?" Hu Chunhua squeezed out a fake smile and said, "Third daughter-in-law, Ping is getting married. Your family's banquet is really good. Everyone in our village is praising it." Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, "Well, mother, it's all because of Yuner. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been done so well. They like Yuner's cooking." After Liang Jinxiao finished speaking, Hu Chunhua followed Liang Jinxiao and praised Zhao Yuner, which was rare. "Ha, yes, it's all because of Yuner. Yuner is really good. She has brought honor to our old Zhao family." Hu Chunhua's eyes fell on Zhao Yuner as she spoke. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. She did not take Hu Chunhua's praise as a compliment. She knew very well that Hu Chunhua must be up to no good. "Mother, it's not as good as you said. It's just a meal," Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. "Ha, third daughter-in-law, I'm thinking that since Yuaner's cooking is so good, the people in the village say that it's better than the chefs outside. So, I'm thinking that when your little sister gets married, we'll hold a banquet. Can Yuner also help to cook? When the dishes are delicious, you want to make your little sister proud?" After Hu Chunhua finished speaking, Liang Jinxiao did not know what to say, so his eyes fell on Zhao Yuner. Chapter 1143. It just so happened that their stall had been smashed earlier, and they had no way to set up a stall on the streets. They had the time. In addition, for his little sister's wedding, the other branches of the family naturally had to help out where they could. They couldn't be too fussy about their relationship as brothers and sisters-in-law. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like a family. However, it was still Zhao Yun who made the decision. After all, Zhao Yun was the one who worked herself to death. Moreover, Zhao Yun had a lot of things to do. Zhao Yun's mouth curled up, revealing a sarcastic smile. How interesting. She actually wanted her to help out. She didn't know where she got this thick skin from. Seeing that Zhao Yun didn't say anything, Hu Chunhua was a little anxious. "I say, Yun you're not unwilling to help out, are you? Your aunt is getting married, and I just want you to help cook. It's not a big deal." Zhao Yun snorted softly. "I say, grandmother, it's easy for you to say that. What do you mean it's just cooking? This isn't an easy job. It's tiring." Hu Chunhua's lips twitched. "It's a little tiring, but that's your aunt. You lass, you don't even want to help out with your aunt's wedding. Do you have any conscience?" Zhao Yun's sarcastic smile deepened. "I say, grandmother, you're really interesting. What do you mean by I have no conscience?" "I'm just speaking the truth. For so many years, old Zhao's family didn't give me anything. Why do I need to help out? Besides, we've already separated from the family. Our third branch has nothing to do with the Zhao family. We're not obligated to help out. Hu Chunhua glared at Zhao Yun, angrily. Why are you so stingy? I'm stingy. How am I stingy? When my sister Ping held a wedding banquet, grandmother didn't reach out to help. Why do I have to help out when my aunt is holding a wedding banquet? After being refuted by Zhao Yun, Hu Chunhua didn't know what to say for a moment. She regretted not intervening at that time. Otherwise, wouldn't she be able to refute Zhao Yun now? Yun, lass, you didn't call me over at that time. Hu Chunhua mumbled, somewhat lacking in confidence. Oh. Zhao Yun sneered and felt even more ironic. Indeed, only a thick-skinned person could say such words. How could an ordinary person have the nerve to say such words? Grandmother, Anyway, younger aunt married well, and they gave a lot of betrothal gifts. Later on, you can spend some money to hire a chef to help cook, can't you? How could Hu Chunhua be willing to spend this money? If she was willing, she wouldn't have come over to talk to Zhao Yun about this matter. She was even angered by Zhao Yun. Yun, lass, didn't the people in the village say that the food you cook is better than other chefs? If you cook, your aunt's wedding banquet will be more glorious. It's much better than hiring a chef. Hu Chunhua's eyes turned and continued to talk to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun coldly glanced at Hu Chunhua. This old woman was really too difficult to deal with. Dealing with this kind of thick-skinned person was really beyond Zhao Yun's imagination. She had already clearly rejected Hu Chunhua. She didn't know what else Hu Chunhua wanted. Chapter 1144. But what? Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun eagerly. No matter what, she still hoped that she could save that sum of money. Zhao Yun curled the corners of her mouth and said, "But grandma, you have to pay me." What? Pay you? Hu Chunhua replied in a daze, her eyes wide open. She did not expect that Zhao Yun would actually talk to her about her salary. This girl actually had the nerve to ask for it. It was too much. If she really paid Zhao Yun, then she would not be taking advantage of Zhao Yun, at all. Instead, she would let Zhao Yun, earn her money. That would not do. Hu Chunhua's calculations did not allow her to do that. Zhao Yun nodded and said, "Yes, grandma. Do you have to pay a chef to cook for you? Since you think that I can cook better than the chefs, then pay me and I'll cook for you." But you said it yourself. Since I can cook better than the chefs, you naturally have to pay me more. Hiring a slightly better chef requires 1 or 2 taels of silver. You just have to pay me 2 taels of silver. When the time comes, I guarantee that the dishes at the banquet will be satisfactory. After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she looked at Hu Chunhua. The smile at the corner of her mouth was faintly discernible, but a trace of calculation flashed in her eyes. Based on her understanding of Hu Chunhua would definitely not be willing to spend this money. However, if Hu Chunhua was willing to pay her 2 taels of silver, she could help cook a meal. After all, there was no way to run the breakfast stall now. She would not let go of the opportunity to earn money for nothing. The amount of money Hu Chun had spent on food and accommodation made her heart ache. When Hu Chunhua heard this, she was even more stunned. "I say, Yun, girl, how can you be like this? Do I need to pay for my own banquet? If I gave you 2 taels of silver, why would I come looking for you? I might as well go out and find a chef." Hu Chunhua said angrily to Zhao Yun. She looked like she wanted to go forward and teach Zhao Yun a lesson. Zhao Yun shrugged, "Mother, if that's the case, then forget it. Grandmother, you can go out and find a cook. Anyway, if you don't give me 2 taels of silver, I won't help." You. Hu Chunhua glared at Zhao Yun, but she couldn't teach Zhao Yun a lesson. She could only be angry. Liang Jinxiao watched from the side and frowned worriedly. Hua Chunhua vented her anger on Liang Jinxiao. I say, third daughter-in-law, why don't you tell your daughter that she can't even help? Is she still a member of old Zhao's family? Liang Jinxiao's face was bitter. What could she say? She couldn't do anything if Xiao Yuner didn't agree. She could only persuade Hua Chunhua, Mother, Yuner is no longer a member of old Zhao's family. A married daughter is like spilled water. 3 years ago, Mother, you said that our old Zhao's family didn't have such a girl. When Liang Jinxiao said this, Hua Chunhua choked for a moment. She seemed to have said this sentence before. Zhao Yuner smiled sarcastically. Previously, those people who felt that Zhao Yuner was a disgrace to old Zhao's family had mocked the original owner. Now, when she needed help, she was pulled back to old Zhao's side. There were indeed enough shameless people in this world. Chapter 1145. Hua Chunhua snorted coldly and said, Give 2 taels of silver to Yun. What wishful thinking. If I go out and hire a chef, I definitely won't spend 2 taels of silver. Zhao Yun said indifferently, Grandmother, if that's the case, then go out and hire a chef. I didn't ask you to spend money to hire me. At this moment, Hua Chunhua's expression was abnormally ugly. Since Xiao Yun didn't agree, she couldn't force her and could only leave the third branch's room in a huff. Now it seemed that she could only hire a chef. In any case, she didn't want Xiao Yun to take advantage of her. This little b****, when she had the chance, she would definitely teach her a lesson. She watched as Hua Chunhua left the third branch's room. Only then did Xiao Yun feel that the air was much fresher. It was really annoying to have a disgusting person loitering around in front of her. Sigh, Liang Jinxiao sighed. Thinking that there were so many things going on at home, she felt a little worried. She wasn't like Xiao Yun. Sometimes, she couldn't put down her face and was embarrassed to reject Hua Chunhua. Yun, I don't know if your sister Ping, will come over tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll have to make a trip to her place, Liang Jinxiao muttered. Mother. If you want to go, then let youngest aunt go. Anyway, she's the one who's going to borrow the wedding dress. Why should you run errands? Liang Jinxiao sighed. Let's see if you have time tomorrow. If not, tell your youngest aunt and let her do it herself. Okay, Mother. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Okay, go ahead. Liang Jinxiao responded. Zhao Yun was anxious to go back. She wanted to go to the mountains to pick some tea leaves. If she could get more tea leaves, she could sell them earlier. She hoped that this method of earning money would work. On the other side. Family Qin. The reason why Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping didn't go to old Zhao's house today was that Qin Yuan had fallen ill. After returning home from old Zhao's house, Qin Yuan was very sad. As a big man, he couldn't stop crying under the quilt. Not because of anything else, but because Zhao Xinhui was about to get married. Seeing the woman he loved getting married, he felt terrible, but there was nothing he could do. He couldn't stop it at all. Because he didn't have the ability, he was despised. Thinking of this, Qin Yuan had never felt so useless before. He was a man, but because of his lack of ability, he couldn't even fight for the woman he loved to be with him. When he thought about how he could only marry an ugly and stupid woman like Zhao Pinger, he felt even worse. He had to be capable and stand out among his peers. Thinking about it was one thing, but doing it was too difficult. It wasn't as if he hadn't thought about standing out before. His family's conditions were right here. His family didn't have the money to send him to school, even if he wanted to study and pass the imperial examinations. If he started studying now, it would already be over. Everyone else started studying from a young age. As for starting a business, he didn't have any connections, let alone capital. How could he make money like this? Qin Yuan lay on the bed. The more he thought about it, the more desperate he felt. Why was it like this? Could it be that his life was going to be like this? He couldn't accept it. He couldn't accept it. After crying for an entire night, Qin Yuan fell ill on the bed and couldn't get up the next day. Zhao Ping was very worried when she saw Qin Yuan like this. He stood beside Qin Yuan, greeting him here and there. Big brother Yuan. How are you? Don't scare me. Zhao Ping asked with a frown. Chapter 1146. Qin Yuan frowned and said to Zhao Ping, get lost. Get lost. Get lost. Don't loiter in front of me. After saying that, Qin Yuan coughed violently because he was angry. When Zhao Ping saw that, she was so worried that she was about to cry. What exactly happened to her big brother Yuan? He was fine, but he fell sick. Although she knew that Qin Yuan was very sad because of her aunt's marriage, he couldn't be like this, right? This person fell sick to such an extent that he couldn't get out of bed. It was really too scary. Big brother Yuan. Zhao Ping pouted aggrievedly. She was clearly concerned about Qin Yuan, but Qin Yuan treated her so disdainfully, it would be a lie to say that she wasn't sad. She was already sad enough because of Qin Yuan's aunt's matter. However, she really liked Qin Yuan too much, so she couldn't be angry at Qin Yuan, let alone criticize Qin Yuan. After all, she was really too humble in front of Qin Yuan. She could only carefully flatter Qin Yuan. Otherwise, she was afraid that he would chase her away. In that case, she wouldn't even have the chance to stay by his side. Zhao Ping, I don't want to see you. Get out of my room quickly. Qin Yuan berated. Zhao Ping originally wanted to continue saying something and wasn't willing to leave. However, when the Qin couple saw that, they hurriedly pulled Zhao Ping away. Ping, girl, get out quickly. Don't agitate Yuan, Zhao Ping pouted and nodded aggrievedly. Mu Chunfang sighed and looked at the pale-faced and half-dead Qin Yuan on the bed. His heart ached terribly as he muttered, sigh, why did my Yuan become like this? He was fine, but he fell sick. Ping, girl, did you do something to Yuan, Mu Chunfang looked at Zhao Ping suspiciously. Other than Zhao Ping, the others didn't do anything to Qin Yuan at all. Could it be that this girl made Yuan angry in some way? Zhao Ping hurriedly waved her hand and said, Mother, I didn't do anything to big brother Yuan. However, Mu Chunfang didn't believe her. Didn't? Why would Yuan be like this if he wasn't fine? Zhao Ping grumbled aggrievedly, Mother, I didn't do anything to big brother Yuan. Mu Chunfang snorted lightly. That's really strange. Why would my family's Yuan be like this? Mother, I really didn't. As Zhao Ping spoke, a trace of pain appeared in her eyes. Looking at Qin Yuan's half-dead appearance, she didn't know what to do. But she wasn't a doctor. She had no way to treat Qin Yuan. Mu Chunfang's eyes turned. He saw that Zhao Ping didn't seem to be lying. However, he felt that Zhao Ping definitely had something to do with it. Thinking about it, he felt that it might have something to do with what the man and woman did at night. These few days, the two of them had been tormenting each other fiercely at night. His Yuan's body wasn't very good to begin with. So after that torment every night, his body was hollowed out. That was why he fell sick and couldn't get out of bed. This was definitely because Zhao Ping asked Qin Yuan to do too much at night. Qin Yuan couldn't support his body. Mu Chunfang was furious when he thought of this. He glared at Zhao Ping fiercely. You damn girl. Why did our family Qin marry such a shameless woman? Chapter 1147. Was Mu Chunfang talking about her? But why did he have to say that about her? How was she shameless? Why did he have to scold her for no reason? Zhao Ping looked at Mu Chunfang in confusion. She asked Mu Chunfang, Mother, are you scolding me? The corners of Mu Chunfang's mouth twitched. He glared fiercely at Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Ping, what do you think? Isn't that right? Who else is here for me to scold? Zhao Ping pursed her lips. Mother, why are you scolding me for no reason? I didn't do anything. How am I shameless? After Zhao Ping replied, Mu Chunfang became even angrier. You lass. You're still not admitting it. Don't think that I don't know why our Yuan fell sick. It's all because of you. Mother. What did I do? I didn't do anything to Big Brother Yuan. Besides, Qin Yuan's illness was all because of her aunt, alright? If they were to talk about shamelessness, it should be her aunt. How could it be her? Zhao Ping was unconvinced and did not know what to say. Ping, lass, aren't you ashamed of dragging our Yuan to do those things every night? You don't know how to control yourself every day. Our Yuan fell sick because of you. Seriously, you just got married and you're already tormenting him day and night. You even tormented your own man until he fell sick in bed. Aren't you ashamed if this gets out? Tell me, why are your desires so strong? What right do you have to do this? After Mu Chunfang finished scolding, he blushed. After all, it was difficult to talk about this matter, so his face turned red for a moment. Zhao Ping was stunned by Mu Chunfang's scolding. Her face flushed. She knew what Mu Chunfang was referring to. But Qin Yuan clearly did not fall sick because of this. Mu Chunfang really knew how to overthink things. Mother. No. Big Brother Yuan didn't fall sick because of this. Zhao Ping defended herself. No, then tell me, what's the reason? Do you think my family's Yuan will fall ill? Mother. Mu Chunfang was furious. When she saw Zhao Ping she felt a little disgusted. She waved her hand at Zhao Ping and said, Go quickly. Call the village doctor over and let him take a good look at my family's Yuaner's illness. If anything major happens to my family's Yuaner, see if I skin you alive later. After Mu Chunfang finished speaking, Zhao Ping could only nod in agreement. She was afraid that if she disobeyed, she would make Mu Chunfang angry again. This was family Qin, not her own home. She didn't have the chance to be willful. Moreover, Qin Yuan couldn't lie on the bed like this. She had to call a doctor over to take a look. Okay. Let me go now. Just as she was about to leave, she suddenly thought of something and stopped in her tracks. Mu Chunfang asked impatiently, Why haven't you gone yet, lass? What are you waiting for? Zhao Ping muttered pitifully, Mother, I want to call a doctor, but I don't know where the village doctor lives. This wasn't Shuilan village. She had just married into this village and didn't know much about it. Mu Chunfang glared at Zhao Ping and said, Then tell me what else you can do. Chapter 1148. Qin Chuan was unwilling to be ordered by Mu Chunfang to accompany Zhao Ping to call Dr. Sunday. Qin Chuan had a lot of opinions about Zhao Ping He hated Zhao Ping whenever he saw her. He complained unhappily, Mother, I don't want to accompany the ugly monster. Why? Mu Chunfang looked at Qin Chuan in confusion. Qin Chuan continued, Mother, the ugly monster is ugly and stupid. She's also evil. I don't want to accompany her. Seeing Qin Chuan's unhappy expression, Mu Chunfang could only coax him, All right, Chuan, hurry up and go. Don't argue with her. Call Dr. Sun over. He still has to treat your brother Yuan, Look at your brother lying on the bed. He's already like this. Qin Chuan glanced at Qin Yuan on the bed. He was more concerned about this brother of his. After hesitating for a moment, Qin Chuan shouted. Mother, all right then, I'll go with the ugly freak. Mu Chunfang chuckled, Go. My Chuan, is so obedient. Qin Chuan responded reluctantly. There was a trace of disdain in his eyes when he looked at Zhao Ping, Zhao Ping, was almost angered to death by Qin Chuan. This Qin Chuan, if she had the chance, she would definitely teach him a lesson. How dare she despise him? She didn't even despise him. This fool has always been like this. The more she thought about it, the angrier Zhao Ping became. Seeing Zhao Ping in a daze, Qin Chuan shouted at Zhao Ping in disdain, "Ugly monster, what are you doing? Why aren't you following?" Zhao Ping glared at Qin Chuan angrily, I'm coming. What are you shouting for? Ugly monster." Zhao Ping felt that if this continued, she would really go crazy from anger because of Qin Chuan. No one would be able to stand being chased by an idiot all day long and calling her ugly. Qin Chuan brought Zhao Ping to Dr. Sun's house. Then, he brought Dr. Sun over to check on Qin Yuan's illness. After reading it, Dr. Sun kept shaking his head, which made Mu Chunfang nervous. "Dr. Sun, what illness does my family's Yuan have? What happened?" Dr. Sun sighed and said, "Actually, it's not a serious illness. It's just that anger attacked the heart and caused the blood to surge. That's why it's such a serious illness. In the end, it's still a knot in my heart. If I don't untie this knot, it'll probably be hard for me to recover in a short period of time." Hearing Dr. Sun's words, Mu Chunfang immediately became anxious. Anger attacking the heart. A knot in your heart. What the hell is going on? Why was his Yuana like this? Dr. Sun nodded and said, "Yes, family Qin's sister-in-law, your daughter's illness must have been caused by something. If the knot in his heart was not untied, it would not be enough to rely on medicine alone." Family Qin's sister-in-law, did he suffer some kind of blow recently? Mu Chunfang thought for a moment. Blow? What kind of blow did my family's Yuan suffer? Mu Chunfang thought for a moment. Nothing happened at home. Unless it was because of Zhao Ping, Thinking back to the past, every time Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping were done, Bao would look very disgusted. Was it because Zhao Ping suddenly ate too much that he couldn't take it psychologically or physically? Was that why there was a knot in his heart and he couldn't get up? If that was the case, wouldn't it be because of Zhao Ping again? At the thought of this, Mu Chunfang gritted her teeth fiercely. Zhao Ping, that little b*tch, she would teach him a lesson later. Right now, her family's Yuan was more important. Chapter 1149. Dr. Sun sighed again, "I'll prescribe some medicine for him first, and then you can talk to him. He'll probably be much better after that. Let's give it a try first. I'll come back later to take a look." Mu Chunfang could only nod and agree. "All right then, Dr. Sun, please prescribe my family's Yuaner's medicine first. He'll definitely be much better after taking some medicine." If this illness dragged on, she was afraid that Qin Yuan wouldn't be able to hold on. Mu Chunfang only had 2 sons, and the other one was still a fool, so the family could only count on Qin Yuan now. No matter what, nothing could happen to Qin Yuan. Dr. Sun nodded and said, "All right, then I'll prescribe it for you. Ask your wife to come to my place to get the medicine later." Mu Chunfang nodded repeatedly. "All right, Dr. Sunday. By the way, how much does this medicine cost in total?" Mu Chunfang was most concerned about the issue of money. After all, under normal circumstances, it was expensive to see a doctor, and country people like them didn't have much money. Dr. Sun replied, 500 copper coins. When he heard Dr. Sun say 500 copper coins, Mu Chunfang couldn't help but let out an ah. It actually cost 500 copper coins just to get a few sets of medicine. Wasn't this too expensive? Dr. Sun, it's still 500 copper coins? Mu Chunfang asked. Her face was full of pain and her expression was very ugly. Dr. Sun responded faintly, 500 copper coins isn't much. This is the cost of my medicinal herbs. Since we're villagers, I've already given you a lot of discounts. If you think it's too expensive, you don't have to buy it. Mu Chunfang hurriedly said, No, how can I do that? Dr. Sun, I'm just saying. I don't mean anything. I still have to buy it. If that's the case, then pay first. I don't take credit here. You also know that there are too many people in the village who take credit. Everyone owes a lot. If this continues, I won't be able to see patients. Mu Chuanfang's mouth twitched. All right, Dr. Sun, I'll go get it for you now. Dr. Sun replied indifferently. Mu Chunfang dug out 500 copper coins from the bottom of the wardrobe. When he handed it to Dr. Sun, his face was full of heartache and reluctance. But for the sake of Qin Yuan's illness, he had no choice but to pay. Losing 500 copper coins all of a sudden, she felt as if a piece of flesh had been dug out of her heart. It was extremely painful. After Dr. Sun left, Mu Chunfang sent Xiao Ping to get the medicine. In the end, only Mu Chunfang and Qin Yuan were left in the room. Mu Chunfang sat in front of Qin Yuan and said earnestly to Qin Yuan, Yuan, Dr. Sun said that this is a knot in your heart. Tell mother what exactly is going on. Is it Ping, Qin Yuan looked up at Mu Chunfang but did not answer. However, from Mu Chuanfang's point of view, Qin Yuan had tacitly agreed. She sighed and said to Qin Yuan, Yuan, mother knows that you're not happy to marry Ping, but you don't have to be like this, right? Look at you, you're so angry that you're sick, but Ping, is still alive and kicking. Qin Yuan opened his mouth weakly and said to Mu Chunfang, Mother, I don't want to see that woman Xiao Ping, Tell her not to walk around in front of me. As long as I don't see her, I'll definitely recover. Mu Chunfang said with a bitter face, Don't let her walk around in front of you. How can that be? Ping, will sleep in the same room as you at night. She'll definitely see you. Then I'll sleep in your room. I just don't want to see her. Chapter 1150. This. I say, Yuan, wouldn't that mean that our whole family will be squeezed into one room? That's not convenient. Why don't we just let Ping, come over at night and not let him disturb you during the day? Mu Chunfang persuaded. Mother, I don't want to. I don't want to sleep in the same room as her. Let Qin Chuan sleep in the same room with her at night. That way, it won't be so cramped when you, father, and I sleep in the same room. Qin Yuan said, his attitude somewhat resolute. Mu Chunfang felt that this would not work, but he also thought that if he did not agree to Qin Yuan's request, Qin Yuan would probably not be able to resolve the knot in his heart. When that time came, his illness would not be cured, and the situation would be serious. Mu Chunfang could only sigh and say, Sigh, Yuan, that's all we can do. But Yuan, you said that Chuan, and Xiao Ping, don't get along. Will he be unwilling? This was the problem that Mu Chunfang was worried about. After all, Qin Chuan's intelligence was abnormal, and they could not use normal methods to persuade him. If Qin Chuan was dead set on it, they could not do anything about it. Qin Yuan said, Mother, then think of a way. If it really doesn't work, then the three of us can only squeeze in the same room. Mu Chunfang sighed and said, All right, then mother will go and talk to him. Qin Yuan nodded. Xiao Ping went to Dr. Sun's place, and in a short while, she came back with the medicine. Mother, I brought the medicine back. Xiao Ping greeted Mu Chunfang. Go and brew the medicine since you brought it back. What are you still standing there for? Mu Chunfang replied with some displeasure. Xiao Ping looked at the medicine in her hand and shouted to Mu Chunfang again, Mother, I've never seen it before. Do you know how to brew medicine? When Mu Chunfang heard this, he wanted nothing more than to rush out and teach Xiao Ping a lesson. This girl really doesn't know anything. Could it be that he was counting on her to brew the medicine? If it was something else, she might have asked Xiao Ping to figure it out. However, she had spent 500 copper coins to get this medicine. She couldn't bear to give it to Xiao Ping casually and let Xiao Ping ruin it. After Mu Chunfang came out of the house, he took the medicine from Xiao Ping and glared at Xiao Ping. You wretched girl, you made your man sick, and now you don't even know how to brew medicine. I think you're useless except for eating shit. After being scolded by Mu Chunfang, Xiao Ping didn't feel good. What did he mean by she didn't know how to do anything other than eat shit? Hadn't she been cooking and washing clothes for the past 2 days? When he was in old Zhao's house, he didn't do this kind of work. Now, he was much more diligent in coming over, but he was still despised. Mother. Zhao Ping'er looked at Mu Chunfang and blurted out, Mother, I'm not like what you said. Big brother Yuan, this illness wasn't caused by me. Why are you blaming everything on me? Alright, don't say any more. Today's medicine cost 500 copper coins. Our family doesn't have much money, but we spent so much today. Mu Chunfang still felt the pinch when he thought about it. Finally, his gaze landed on Zhao Ping'er. Mother, why are you looking at me like that? Girl, Yuan's illness was caused by you, so for this illness, you have to pay. Zhao Ping'er was stunned by Mu Chunfang's words. Pay? She paid? Did she hear wrongly? Chapter 1151. Putting aside the fact that Qin Yuan's illness had nothing to do with her, it was all because of her youngest aunt. Even if it had something to do with her, she shouldn't have to fork out the money. She had already married into the family Qin, so wasn't she a member of the family Qin? Why should there be any distinction between you and me in a family? Zhao Ping'er's eyes turned, and she said to Mu Chunfang, Mother, where would I get the money from? Didn't my elder sister give you the dowry she brought over when she got married? When Zhao Ping'er got married, the money she brought over was what the third branch had agreed with the family Qin, which was a few taels of silver. In the countryside, the dowry was already considered very generous. Moreover, Zhao Yun's family had helped the family Qin a lot. Mu Chunfang snorted lightly and said, Didn't you only bring a few taels of silver? My Yuan suffered such a big loss marrying you, and that money is for our family as compensation. Don't tell me you're still thinking about it. Zhao Ping hurriedly waved her hand and said, Mother, I didn't say that I'm thinking about it. It's just that, you shouldn't let me take the 500 copper coins for the medicine. After all, I don't have any money. If I did have money, I would have given it to you too. Mu Chunfang said with a cold face, You don't have money, but your maternal family does. I say, girl, hurry and go to your maternal family to ask for some money. Other than the 500 copper coins for the medicine, you need to ask for another 500 copper coins. This way, you can buy some good food for your man to nourish his body. After such a serious illness, you definitely need to buy some good food to nourish his body. Otherwise, how can it be done? Zhao Ping'er's face showed a trace of difficulty. Ask her maternal family for money? And 1 tael of silver at once? Even if she had the nerve to ask, her parents might not necessarily give it to her. After all, they had just settled their marriage and spent a lot of money. Adding on her dowry, they probably didn't have much money left. Mother, this isn't a good idea, is it? Zhao Ping'er asked weakly. After asking, she saw Mu Chunfang's face darkened. Not good. What's wrong with that? You are doing this for your husband, not for us. But I don't think my parents will give it to me. As soon as Zhao Ping'er finished speaking, Mu Chunfang started scolding her. You don't know how to give it to me? Why not? Your family is so rich. What's wrong with giving more money to your daughter? I think it's you who doesn't have any ability. I don't know what use I have for you. It's fine if you can't do the chores at home, but you can't even ask for money. Zhao Ping'er was scolded badly by Mu Chun. She could only reply, Mother. All right then, I'll go back and ask for it. If you can't get it, then there's nothing I can do. Hearing Zhao Ping'er's words, Mu Chunfang's expression softened a little. All right then, go and ask for it. Anyway, try your best to get it back for me. Zhao Ping'er replied weakly, Mother, I'll try. I'll try my best. It was getting late, so Zhao Ping'er wanted to wait until the next day to ask for it. Today, she would serve Qin Yuan well. She didn't want Qin Yuan's condition to worsen. If Qin Yuan died, then she would become a widow. She had finally married him, and she hadn't even enjoyed the feeling of a man for a few times. If he died just like that, she wouldn't be able to accept it. After Mu Chunfang decocted Qin Yuan's medicine, he moved Qin Yuan into his room.